Hello, everybody. Let's take these off because they reflect too much. How are we all doing? Got an echo. Oh, there we go. Granger! The man himself. Yeah, Benji's here. You know how it is. It's fucking time, mate. Aye, Lemon, it is. Good A bladed. What are we good A-ing about? There's no Aussies here. What's happening? There's no Vaz that I'm aware of. You accidentally got my name right. Well done, Granger. Oh, you don't want Brit speak only. To be fair, you might get that when T calls in, because that's what we do. Hello, Bex. How was it in Hello? Let's put some tunes on, I guess. Since everyone seems to pretend that they hate this song, let's put this on. Suffer, all of you. That's very loud. See, I knew Bex would occasionally show taste. Hello, Swither. Maybe I'd have enjoyed Nirvana more if they're a bit happier like this. Oh no, they have a song called Lemon Drop, I think, don't they? Let me find it. Yeah. Okay, hang on, let me get that one after this. Yes, Benji. This guy's copying my style. Everyone knows I like glittery waistcoats. I'm known for wearing those. And T is here saying this is the flavour of poo. How? She's delusional. I can say that now because she's not here at the moment. She'll soon be here to tell me off. Okay, I'm not going to defend this bit, but whatever. There you go. I guess we'll put Lemon's song on, hang on. It's going to be very similar. Here you go, Lemon. It's you.
난 똥 되는 게 있는 갤럭시 무슨 말을 해도 원통해
Ooh, woo, indeed, Lemon. There you go. I'm covering Takuwa, I'm very sorry. God. I might like this one less, but hey, it's Lemon's song, so we had to play it. Don't you love the happy stars in the background though? even Vex is like, nah mate. Very sorry Lemon, your anthem's not really converting too many people. I'm sure you expected better of us, but we get. At least the little dance moves are quite cute. Yeah, they found their thing and they just kind of stuck with it, which I'm cool with, because it's a fun little aesthetic. I'm still waiting for the new one to be on Apple Music though, which is quite disappointing. That is some top quality green screening with the non-moving wheels. You'd love to see it. I agree, Lemon. It should have no rap, but that's what I think about 90% of like Korean music anyway, so I'm a bit biased. Yeah, pain, isn't it? Well, there you go. We've had the Sparky and Takuwa train. We play something else that T didn't like since she's not here. And then if anyone has any suggestions for after this one, well, we just wait for people to be here. Oh god, it's really loud again. Blowing my head off with Envidia. Tell me it's not just me that sees a little bit of Chungha in that one girl on the left. Agreed, Swither. We love a budget. I must say though, how come a fucking MIK subunit can afford like 4K 60 FPS and then the top companies are like, nah mate. Give us 60 FPS music videos, sort it out. Okay, guys, give me suggestions for the next song. No Esper. I'm outruling that one this time. I took the bullet last week, or last show. Oh, Granger. I love that you have an emote for one of your favourite phrases. Are you going to get one for "you're late"? Okay. Oh, you want NCT? Okay. Pain. What one are we going for? Which of the units do you want? I can't tell them apart at this point. Come on, Lemon, sort me out. That's not a unit. NCT is not a unit. NCT Dream, okay. Oh, you want Boom? Okay, cool. Okay. You pick one of the less bad ones, I'll give you that. Ildi is here. Hello, Ildi. I trust Lemon and Granger are looking after you in the in the voice channel and not just being horrible. Too litty, we rollin'. Some makes you think. Boy groups, man. Lemon, there's about 70, aren't there? Something like that, I'm guessing. I don't know. I estimate about 70. And if there isn't this year, there will be next year. They just keep popping out the gutter, you know? +100, cool. So you're saying it's not a band? I'll be honest, I've never understood the people that can like name all the NCT members. Like, that's just a job I'm not up for. It's just far too much. Yeah, kind of is a community college. They got the same kind of, well, the same kind of demographics and the same kind of numbers. Oh, we're going for it. It probably is bladed. Most things are recycled in SM these days. Oh, what else? What else? Oh, Bex wanted XR a Hitchhiker, so I guess I'll try and put that on. Ooh, can't type. Hey, look, it's the cartoon version of Sparky and it's cartoon version of Heart in the Box. Oh god, Doge, why? How many years has it been? For the record, for once, it's not me bringing the slightly unsettling video. Ugh. Why? You can never complain about Apoki ever again. This video is like one part Matrix, one part Sultan of the Disco, and like one part Apoki. What is this? Oh my god. Oh god, not the giant, terrifying head ship. Jesus Christ. I hope no one has, like, epilepsy. Okay, and for that, you get to have a bit of the Queen of Unsettling, of course. It's got to be done. You knew it was coming. Doesn't get better. You get to enjoy this while I go for a quick pee. Enjoy. Look, I couldn't have done what you were insinuating there in that time, Swither. No one's that quick. Why is this song so stupidly good, though? That's what I want to know. Why do they have to give the best songs to this weird anthropomorphic animated bunny? Whether you hate everything about her image or not, you gotta admit this is some good shit. See you soon, Dex. Hope it's alright at work. What a song. Doesn't get much better. How are we doing for people being here? T's not here yet, so we'll keep going. I'm hoping to start the show with T because she's doing day 1 of MIK. So I guess we'll find some more shit. Whoever's got some suggestions, go for it. Otherwise, I'll just keep playing Apoki. Better get them in quick, you know. What is this Lisso signs? If this is some garbage, it's on you. Yeah, not finding it, mate. That ain't Lisso signs. Ateez, but not Gorilla. Okay. So that's some good Ateez, so I get disappointed by the new one. Where are we at? Let's go answer. Swither, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! I can't read. Ah, remember when they were fun? Good times. I'll reiterate, this is the best song to blare out while you're like frying meat. Nothing gets you cooking like this. The dance is kind of pleasantly weird to this song as well. Imagine Pitbull over this. Give this man a solo career. Some very concentrated fake snow. Come on, if there's a K-pop MV trope that's going to stay with us till the 10th gen, it's probably guys looking like angstily into the camera, possibly while covered in chains / looking through their hand. Oh yeah, true, that's pretty spot on actually, that's one of them. Stupid ass hats. Yeah, absolutely. But let's keep the pelvic thrust in there, okay? There's nothing wrong with a good bit of pelvic thrust. Okay, we've had our 80s fun. Oh my god. Oh, who was I going to play? Oh. What should we have? PH1, it's alright, okay. A little teaser. Oh, PH1, alright. No music video, but enjoy. T is here. Welcome, T. You're all good. Don't worry. All that happened was I ended up having to play Apoki and Ateez, so nothing too bad. Understandable. Yeah, we'll have this song then. As long as you're ready, we'll start there. The start of one of the chord progressions in the verse of this makes me think of the Gran Turismo 4 garage theme, so I might have to play that in a minute. Real ones remember. No problem. I don't care that I don't have all the answers. Everything's alright. It's all good. It's all good. Everything's alright. Straight up. Okay. I just don't care that all I have's a bunch of questions. Everything's alright. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Everything's alright. Okay, now yeah, rap that 516
six 개섬에서 차를 타며 매일 돌아다녔지 Ain't nothing in my turf I had to leave it not making promises 약속된 거 하나 없는 기분 가끔 돌아가고파 미국 yeah 약속된 거 하나 없는 기분 가끔 돌아가고파 미국 But I love it yeah I love it 노래하고 돈을 벌지 yeah 이유 없이 기분 다운돼 이유 없으니 곡을 썼지 yeah My life is so crazy 하루하루가 재밌지 예측할 수가 없으니 Don't stop me just watch me
It's hard not to like Carrie, isn't it?
너무 외롭지만 잊고 싶어 혼자 Don't worry I'll be alright
Ateez ready. We just gotta get this, then I gotta play the GT4 garage theme, and then we'll start the show.
I don't wanna grow up 멈췄으면 해 멈췄으면 내일을 걱정할 수 없게 Yeah yeah man break it down like
You know what everything gon' be alright You know what everything gon' be alright
You sure?
Same Tio as the one last night.
Yeah I'm sure
You know what everything gon' be
But it was like the English version and it was just as bad.
everything gon' be alright
God bless
You know what everything gon' be alright
Amen
You know what everything gon' be alright
Yeah I know
You know what everything gon' be alright
Okay, let's see if we can get the GT4 garage theme going. Here we go. This is it, you know. This is part of the verse of PH1. This is me sorting through all my prize cars in 2006 or whatever. Nothing like some chilled jazz to get you in the mood for driving fast. Yeah, people have been requesting you for ages, Ildi. It's good that you're finally here. Right, we've had enough of the GT4 garage theme now. Let's let's give that up, and we'll start the show. So, everybody, purgatory music? What? It's not purgatory music. It's chill. It's great. It's what you want. Right, we're gonna start the show. It's episode 2. Today we're gonna be talking about the wonderful event that me and T and Ildi all went to over last weekend, which is the MIK festival in London, in Southwark Park. Let's get started. T, I hope you're ready. We're going for it. T, are you good?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, let me just mute the... Oh!
Yeah, you don't want echoed Diggy, do you?
No, I've muted it. Good. How are you doing?
Yeah, all good, all good. Aside from having to listen to boy groups and stuff. But we're all good. I got to play the Gran Turismo 4 garage theme. I never thought I'd do that on stream, so I'm happy with that. Oh, you want me to turn T up? Hang on.
Oh.
She's almost at the maximum.
Is there anything I can do?
How's that, people? How's that? Hopefully
Hello?
T is good.
Is that better?
Give us feedback. Better. Okay, good.
And if it starts going all like robot-y, like it did last week, 2 weeks ago, then let me know, and I'll try and go closer to where the internet might be better.
Sure, we should be good.
Good.
Okay, so T.
Yeah.
It's been a week since our wonderful time at MIK.
Oh, it seems like it was longer than that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems ages ago now, even though it was only a week. It's crazy.
It was just so good.
Yeah. So, yeah, like where to begin, really? Like, I think I should say for the record, like before we start, just for everyone, like for the record, that Diggy... Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the stream's buffering. Yeah, so just for the record, that Diggy in real life is just as great as he is not in real life.
That's a
Super.
backhanded. Backhanded compliment.
No, no, seriously though, super easy to get along with, great fun, and just a really polite, considerate person. It was really great to spend time the day with you. So
I didn't say it, and
yeah,
I don't
that
have a
was
gun to her
lovely.
head, so you can't say anything, all right? T is likewise. T is wonderful. She's so nice. It's so nice to see her. Like, we meet up, and immediately it's like, it's not like there's any awkwardness. Like, usually when you meet someone online, you're just like, hi,
Yeah,
feels like I've known you for years. Let's go in there. Let's enjoy.
exactly,
And also, people,
exactly.
be jealous because I got gifted this. Hopefully they can see that. This wonderful mug that T got made for me. So I'm now the only member of the
Yeah,
Twick house.
yay!
So I'm special and you're
I'm
not.
so pleased you liked it. Well,
Oh.
anyone who I meet in real life will get one. So
None of you get to
there you
meet T
go.
now. None of you. It's not allowed. Even if you come to
Um,
England, I'll be like, no, she's busy that day.
well, thank you to Granger again for sending me the logo and for sending me the logo and yeah, making it happen. But no, glad you liked it.
Yeah, I
But
haven't
anyway,
stopped
yes.
using it
So
since I got it.
that was just wonderful. And then yeah, I think overall, I think we can safely say that it was just a pleasant surprise with the festival because considering it was the first time they've ever done it, and even in the lead up like to it fairly recently, it kind of didn't seem too legit, like it was a bit questionable. But and even I would say like even on their social media right up till the last minute, people were asking lots of questions and they didn't seem to be really responding, and it seemed just like a little bit disorganized. But actually in reality, I'm sure you'll agree that it was just so well organized, and you know, it was really great. Like it had a really great atmosphere. It was like really kind of, they made it comfortable for everyone considering we were there for quite a long time because it opened at, what time did we go in? Sort
We
of
went
two
at like
o'clock?
one-ish, like half one, I think.
One-ish, yeah. And then, you know, we left at like 9:30, so it was a fair old time there. And once you were inside, you weren't allowed to leave either, which I was so annoyed about because it was boiling hot and I had shorts in my car, but I couldn't get out to go change into them. So I was stuck in jeans and boiling hot. But yeah, so the stage just looked amazing. I think it was great. It had kind of this big like circle thing and around the stage, and then big screens either side, which made it really easy to see. And yeah, you could kind of get a great view wherever you were, really, as long as you weren't behind the sound desk. Then everywhere just had a great view. And I think Zozo, who we were with, who also, for the record, is wonderful as well. She said, you know, she wasn't expecting the view to be so good, and she was thinking that you guys should just go later on because we wouldn't be able to see close up anyway. But I think she was really surprised as well. So we got a really great spot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was way smaller than we thought, at least like inside. Because
Yeah.
when they say it's in Southwark Park's a pretty big park. There's like a lot of different bits of it, and you thought you're going to be like way, like miles away, but you're just in the main field, not that far away. Great view.
Yeah.
And like
It was great, yeah.
it was awesome.
It was a real small little bit that they'd set up inside the park, not like the whole park.
Yeah.
So yeah, the queue, like we didn't queue to get in at all. Like we literally walked straight in. The security going through there was just really straightforward, and they
didn't even take the
were
mug.
like, no, they didn't take the mug, which is great. They were kind of thorough but not over the top, so it was great. And then inside they had like different they had a few food stalls. I think that's the one thing they could have maybe, just for next time, they could maybe have a bit more variety because there was quite a lot of queuing for food and stuff. They had an ice cream van.
Wasn't super easy getting Zozo anything vegetarian.
No, yeah, that's some definite feedback, I would say. But there was a few little options, but not masses, and so
Mm.
you did have to pick like one act that you were going to use to be your getting food time,
Which,
which I don't know if Ian's here, but
unfortunately
anyway.
for Ian, that was Golden Child.
Yes, but we still, because it was so small, we still got to watch them whilst queuing for food. But
Yeah, we had great sound. The sound, even when you were getting food, was really good. Like,
yeah,
oh, for the record, for people who don't know her, this is Zozo, who we went with. She's one of mine and Ildi's mates who does English K-pop covers online. And that headpiece that she's wearing there, the little hairband, is the only reason we could find her when we went to
oh
get
yeah,
food and came back. We were just looking for her little hairband. So,
yeah. She's really small and we're
yeah.
both really tall. So we kind of, but yeah, yes, definitely go check out Zozo's stuff as
Mm.
well. So yes, we there was like loads of toilets and like I don't know, like everyone was just really friendly. There was no like terrible behavior. Everyone was behaving. Everyone
Hmm.
was really polite and considerate. And I think it probably helps that there was like no alcohol at the event,
I think
which I
so.
think definitely made a
I
massive
want to
difference.
I want to give a special shout out to a member of the security at the festival.
Oh yeah.
There was a guy with like a beard and like shades and like a Yankees hat on in his like red security vest, and he was going along the front of our bit of the crowd, just like getting everyone hyped, being like, "Yeah, move your hands side to side," and being like, "Yeah, loving it." Like he was absolutely amping everyone up. It was
He really
awesome.
was.
I want that guy at every concert I go to. He was fucking phenomenal.
He was great. Whether he was like already a fan or whether he just does that every show, I don't know. But that was really, it was just nice. Everyone was just really lovely and like, yeah, there was no shoving, no pushing. The only thing was like the people who had paid extra to be in the golden circle bit, which was like closer to the stage. I mean, really, we were just as close as them, really. I don't know if that was worth it, but
They were
I think
closer,
people
but
probably,
like, was there really much
yeah,
point paying that much more when we had a pretty
I
good
don't
view
think
anyway?
so. So yeah, so we kind of like got settled in, and then the first act on was Holland,
Hmm.
who isn't someone that I massively really knew much about beforehand. And I have to say, I think he had a really tough gig going first because, you know, this is the thing as well with the whole festival is like I think nearly all of the acts were had this at first. They had that little bit of kind of hesitation because you know that not everyone's there just for you kind of thing. So
Mm.
they didn't know a lot of them. Even Chungha was like, I'm not sure if you guys know me.
Mm.
And after the
Yeah, that
first
was
song, she was
weird.
like, yeah, we were like, of course we do.
How could we
That
not?
she, I know that that a lot of them were like, oh, do you know me? Oh, I'm not sure if you know me, but
Mm.
I'm so because but then I think after the first song or whatever they kind of knew that we were either fans or like happy to see them anyway, so but
Yeah.
I definitely think each act it was quite nerve-wracking for them at the start and a lot I think pretty
Yeah,
much
I
all of
think
them said it was their like first time in
yeah,
London
that
and
was
they
the
just
drinking game,
didn't know
wasn't
what
it?
to expect.
The
Yeah.
the drinking game was take a shot each time someone says it's our first time performing in London, because that was literally all of them.
Yeah.
Every act came on and was like, "It's my first time in London." The
Yeah,
only one who'd been there before
except
was
Red
Suho.
Velvet.
Like everybody else was like, "It's our first time in London."
um So yeah, I think it was quite. They all seemed quite nervous at the start, but I mean, especially Holland because not only
Yeah.
was he first on, he was the first one to see what the atmosphere was like, and also he was on his own, and he was all on his
Mm.
own, and he's not massively well known, but luckily he got great support. I think there was lots and lots of support, and I think he really fed off that, and he definitely relaxed into it after the first couple of songs,
Yeah,
and
he was definitely the one who seemed most nervous. Like when
yeah,
his first couple of songs, he was pretty shaky. Like it was kind of
yeah,
voice was wavering. Didn't seem like he was struggling to fill the stage because it was a really big stage and he's just one
it
man.
was,
He didn't have any backup
yeah,
dancers, so he was just like walking around the stage trying to
yeah.
amp people up, and it worked because everyone liked him. But like,
Yeah,
yeah, not an easy way to open. I think it would have been easier for him if Billy had been able to open, but they obviously two of them got COVID and they couldn't play. So
I know. I think so, because then they could go back and be like, everyone's great, it's great out there, don't worry, and that helps. But there was that bit of the stage that kind of like came out, so they could walk into the audience as well, and it is quite like overwhelming. But I feel like he got a really good reception, and he, like, fair play to him, he came out and sang live straight off the bat. Like, that is not easy to do. So
which is not the case for everyone at this festival. So
no,
we'll tell you that.
Not, but he
uh,
certainly did, and he was great, and he spoke English the whole time, and he was like so funny, and
yeah, he really got everyone on side when he came out and went, "I'm fucking Holland."
Yeah. And, yeah, he was great, and so that was Holland.
Later in his set as well, when he spied the LGBT flag and was like, "Yeah, I'm fucking gay," and everyone was like, "Yeah." I think he was like really happy that he was in a country where being gay is very much like accepted and almost celebrated here. So
yeah, exactly, and he got a massive cheer for that, and we were like, yeah. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay, good. So I don't know, anything else to say about Holland?
Yeah, just he had a tough start, but he really relaxed into it. By like a few songs in, he was killing it. And like his last song was Neverland, obviously, because it's the one people know. And I think he did a really good job on Neverland. He was really, really, really killing it vocally. So well done, Holland. He was a really good opener. Got everyone amped up.
Yeah, he did good. Yeah, he did really well. Like, definitely, like, great job. Great, really nice guy. And did really well. But then after that, we had Cherry Bullet.
Yeah.
And that was so exciting. And oh my gosh, they were just so like teeny, and they looked like little fairies, and they all had like different coloured. They had like these tulle dresses on, however you say it, dresses on, and each one had like a different colour, and they were kind of like pastel colours, and they were just so cute and adorable, and just they came out really kind of bubbly and smiley. And what did they do first?
They really had the energy, and they came out with Q&A, and I was like, fuck yeah.
That's
best song first, let's go.
Yeah, that's it. They were great, and it was so, obviously that was my first ever experience of seeing, like, you know, a K-pop group doing like choreo in person, and so that was just a wonderful experience for me to properly see like them doing all the choreo. And I don't think anyone singing live. I don't know. Yeah,
they were peeking through, but they had a lot of backing tracks, so like a lot of them couldn't really hear them. But when it was like big notes, you heard Bora when she had big notes. Haeyoon, you could hear basically all the time. She was really going for it. And I heard quite a lot of G1 as well, but a lot of them I couldn't really hear that well. So that was a little bit disappointing. But I was just like smiling the whole way through anyway, because they were just so like full of energy and happy, and it was good.
Yeah, and their English, like, fan servicey type things they were saying were so cute.
Yeah.
So sweet and just hilarious. Like, just, yeah, really, really sweet. And their voices were, like, so high-pitched.
Oh, God, yeah. It was like, full egg yolk voice. Like, it was mental.
But they were really, really sweet. And really, really was great to see in person. And what else? What
They did most of their big songs.
Do that? I was kind of surprised. They didn't do Hands Up, though.
No, they didn't do Hands Up. That's the one they missed out. They did Aloha Away. They did.
Oh yeah.
They did Love So Sweet. They did Love in Space.
Love in Space.
Immediately after Love So Sweet, and we were like, man, you should have split these up.
I know. Although, like, Love in Space, because I always say that Love in Space is like the poor man's version of Love So Sweet. But actually, in real life, I kind of preferred it. It went down really well. It just had like quite a big impact.
Yeah, the backing track in that song is like so well mixed.
Yeah,
so live, it really like gets into you.
Yeah. So that was Cherry Bullet. Anything else to say about them?
No, just really enjoyable. Couldn't stop smiling throughout their set. They were just so fun.
Yeah, they were great. They were really loving it, and yeah. So then after that, we had Golden Child. Is he in here?
I don't think he is. No.
Ian, sorry, but we chose like we'd already like we were very kind of like organized. I feel like we were very organized. Zozo especially was had a plan for the day. She was like, right, this is the plan. This
Yeah.
is when we're going to do this. And so we had planned that we would go and get food during Golden Child, just because we weren't
It was the
particular
act we
like
were
we weren't.
most okay with missing.
Yes, let's just say that. But so we went. So Zozo stayed there to save our really good space. So me and you went off to get some food, and then so we were kind of queuing. But I was definitely I was kind of like really wanting to keep watching them because they they really did draw you in. I did say when they first came out, they seemed a teeny bit like lackluster, just a bit like
Yeah, it seemed like it was
whether
just a
they
job, you know.
yeah, they were kind of, but whether that was because they chose to do like a serious kind of song first, and then they were in that whole like serious thing.
Hmm.
That I don't know, it just made them almost go a bit. I don't know. I feel like maybe if they had come out with a more upbeat one, that would have kind of got the energy up a little bit more. But anyway, after a couple of songs, they really got into it, and I thought I was really like pleasantly surprised. Actually, really enjoyed watching them. They sounded good. They looked great. They had these kind of so they had like white with like tan colored outfits, and each of them had like a different variation of those two colors, and they all looked like I really liked those colors. They looked great, and they were after they started doing their first bit of talking as well. They started to relax a bit more,
Hmm.
and yeah. But I loved seeing Burn. I do love Burn It, so I enjoyed watching that. And then they did a good mix of their more serious and more upbeat songs.
They did a lot of their more
And
fun songs, which was nice because they kept the
yeah,
energy up. Because I thought it was going to be all their moody stuff, and that was going to be like dying, but it didn't happen. So it was good.
yeah, yeah, it was good. I was, yeah, definitely pleasantly surprised. So we did still watch them, but
Yeah,
we watched them whilst eating our really yummy food. That was so good. So
yeah, bulgogi, loving it.
yeah, because like earlier on, I'd seen someone come back into when we were watching Cherry Bullet. I think I'd seen someone come back into the audience with like this really good like looking food and
Mm.
this really good looking chicken. And in my head, I was instantly thinking, "Oh my God, I need to immediately go and get some of that chicken. It looks so good." But
And
I
we
didn't
never
say
found the
anything.
sexy chicken. Where was the sexy
No,
chicken
we
at?
didn't. I know we couldn't find it. And then we sat down. We sat down on that bench with that girl, and I realised that she had the chicken. And I was saying to Diggy, I was like, "There's the chicken. Like, let's ask her where she got it." Even though we'd already finished
She
eating
was too
our
busy
own food.
programming her Exo light stick, I think. So
Yeah.
fair enough. To be fair.
Oh, so sweet. Anyway, I found some equally good chicken. But anyway, Golden Child. So then we went back and we gave Zozo all we could get her was some spring roll. Was it some spring rolls? Was the only
Veggie
thing
spring
that was
rolls, yeah.
vegetarian. Yeah, so that was a bit of a shame. But then it was time for Chungha, and oh my God, like she was incredible. Really a level up, I would say. Just instantly like a true professional, like fully 100% comfortable with the crowd and just just in her element and just a true professional. So impressive.
Hmm.
She looked like a mermaid. She looked absolutely incredible. She had like this really long, like kind of like bum length hair that was like this bluey, like an aquamarine kind of color, and it just looked so gorgeous. And she had these denim shorts on, which had like tassels, really long tassels coming off them. And she was so teeny as well, but she obviously had
Gonna
such a
see if
big
I can show
impact.
this. So yeah, this
She,
is their
oh yeah,
Insta.
yeah. She
This is
had
how she looked on the day.
it's a bit delayed on the.
It should be up in a minute, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
there you
that's
go.
it. Yeah, there we
That's
go.
Chungha.
Oh, more purpley. It looks more lilac-y there. In real life, it looked more kind of bluey, but yeah. She had some really good backing dancers with her. Like they were
Hmm.
fantastic. Like a couple of times, I found myself watching her backing dancers instead of watching her. Because they were really great. There was one I think I remember she had pink hair, and I just couldn't take my eye off her. She was amazing, and yeah, so she was fantastic. So she came out and did snapping straight away, and I think that was a great choice because that was just a really good choice to go with. And then afterwards, she was like, "Oh, I wasn't sure if anyone would know me, but I heard you guys singing along to Snapping, so I'm guessing you do." And we were like, "Yeah, of
She was
course we
really
do."
cute.
Yeah, she
I didn't
was
expect she'd be so cute. I
really
thought she'd
great.
be like how Jessi was on the second day, just like pure confidence. But no, she was
Yeah,
really
no,
cute
she
about
wasn't.
it.
She was just like confident and sweet and yeah, confident but not cocky, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, and oh, she did Sparkling, her new song, which I absolutely love that song. She did Gotta Go.
Yeah, Swither's right.
She
She did indeed do
did.
California Dream.
Yep, she did.
The
That was a
dance to that was actually
surprise.
really fun to watch live. They get really into it.
Yes, she did. What else did she do?
She did Roller
She
Coaster,
did. Yes, she did Roller
which I was
Coaster
very
last,
happy
right?
about. Yep.
She did that last, didn't she? You know, all of them, it went so quickly.
Mm.
And we kept commenting how they seemed to be ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Every time we were like, they're 10 minutes early, but we find out later on kind of why that was. But yeah, it went so fast, but she did Roller Coaster last. But before that, she did a new song that was never before heard.
Yep.
So she premiered it to us. And what was it called? It was like, Don't something. What was it called? I've been trying to think of this.
I'm sure there's
Do
a
you remember?
million people who filmed it on YouTube if you want to look it up.
That is true.
Because
This is
everybody
very
was
true.
filming. That's the one thing that was annoying about it, is that everyone had their fucking phones out for that one.
Yes, that's true for that one. Because generally, overall, I'd say it wasn't massively
Probably
like
fine,
that.
actually.
Like Diggy didn't have his phone out once.
No, I don't do that much unless I'm like instructed to.
Yeah, I don't really either, but I knew I wanted to get little bits here and there just to share on the Discord or whatever, or to
Don't
show
Believe in
like, my
Love, was that the
kids.
one? It was Don't Believe in Love, wasn't it?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that was what she
Yeah.
performed for us.
And like I think see people have filmed it in amazing quality. Like, what do you need me posting my rubbishy things on for? I think it's sometimes nice to see sometimes nice to look back at what your own viewpoint of it was, though, you know, like where you were from.
Yeah, I just have an issue when people have their phones out the whole time and they're just like staring
absolutely.
at their phone. You're like, you're there, just enjoy it.
I know. It's like when people film fireworks displays. I'm always like,
Yeah.
when are you going to sit and watch that? Like
Exactly.
fireworks. Like,
It's just gonna look shit on
Anyway.
your phone.
I know. But anyway, so lots of people are filming that. But yeah, so I thought that was like really brave and really, really, obviously everyone was so excited that she was going to do premiere a new song. So that was really exciting. And yeah, Chungha was, as expected, fantastic.
Here's the other acts, by the way. This was Holland on the day. Very daring outfit. Very skinny man. Very skinny
yeah,
man.
he was.
Holding
Yes,
holding
he
his
was.
LGBT flag. Loving that.
Yeah.
Then we then we had Cherry Bullet. This one's a less good picture, but they did look like fairies. It was ridiculous. It was so beautiful. Lovely outfits.
Yeah, really, really lovely. Oh, yes. Oh my
But
gosh, look
just
at them.
so nice.
Oh,
His golden child in their tan and white prince outfits.
yeah.
And not pictured, us at the back smashing down some bulgogi.
Oh, we were so happy.
And then, of course, Chungha.
Yeah. So yeah, anything else to say about Chungha?
I think, judging purely by like technical performance, she was probably the best on the day.
Mm-hmm.
At least up to this
Yeah.
point, she was like ridiculously on pitch. It was kind of scary. Like,
It was like
she had like
on
backing
Spotify.
vocals playing, but she was so in time with the backing vocals and so on pitch that you couldn't really hear a difference. But like you could still hear her voice peeking through, so you know she was singing, but she was just so perfectly on pitch. She didn't even need a backing track at all. Like,
Wasn't
she
there
was
a bit near the end
scary.
where was it in Roller Coaster near the end where her ear something was going on with her earpiece? I
Yeah,
don't
she
think
she
she
pulled
could
out her
hear.
earpiece, I think. So she was a
Yeah.
little bit off time there, but like pitch wise, it was just perfect. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, just fantastic.
Yeah, she did eat the CDs with her.
It absolutely, like, just as you hear it, was just like wonderful. She didn't really go like off piece too much with. I thought she might be doing a bit more like ad-libbing, but she really didn't. She kind of just stuck to it. But I was like more than happy. I prefer it when people do that anyway. But
Yeah,
stick
I don't want
kind
to
of what
put
they
like
do
a
and
picture
what-
perfect version. I want to hear a difference. I want it to
So-
be live.
So that was Chungha, and then after that, oh my gosh, as if I already wasn't excited enough, I got even more excited because then I knew that VIVIZ would be on after that.
These lovely girls.
And I was the first thing I said to Diggy, I was like, oh my God, they're wearing their outfits from Love Aid. Because
Yeah.
literally the week before, when I called in about this song, I was talking about their outfits, and there they were. And I was said to Diggy, I was like, oh my God, I do actually love Simbi's trousers
Yeah.
after all. And
You
Diggy was
know.
like, right, yes, you
I was day one defender of the Cindy trousers, and it took a little bit of time, but Tees swung round to my side. They're great.
Oh, Lemon, you need to see them in full
You do
like
need to see them
screen.
in
It
full. They
doesn't
look
look,
good. They
it
look good in
doesn't,
full.
yeah, they did. They look really good. And so I couldn't believe straight away that they were wearing those and
Yeah.
they had backing dancers with them. And I forgot to like ask you about this, but did they, I was trying to work out, did they have the amount of backing dancers that to fill in almost like for G Friend, the amount that would
It
have been in
looked
G
like
Friend?
it. It looked a bit like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because they
wasn't.
did end up doing, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I wasn't that sure, like, whether that was just to fill up for the numbers or what, because I didn't really. They didn't really need
Yeah,
them, you know. They were doing it well enough.
well,
They were filling the stage easily with just three people. But
it's
yeah.
whether they did it because of when they did like because they did do Time for the Moon Night, and then
Mm.
so then it looked like it looked like G Friend doing it because the backing dancers kind of filled in almost.
I felt a
But
bit
yeah, I
weird
don't think they
about that.
necessarily needed them. Yeah, it was kind of strange that they just did one, I guess.
Mm.
Although they did do it very close to Red Sun, which was their song from Queendom. So whether they were just trying to do like a little Queendom moment and therefore that's why they chose Time for the Moon Night, I'm not sure. But yeah, it was a little bit. I mean, I would have been like more than happy with even more G Friend songs.
Yeah.
But they just did the one. So, but anyway, they were so cute and just wonderful, and
Umji
they were,
really got me. Umji really got me.
yeah,
They
she
were
was
doing
just great.
their cute like English talks, like trying to chat to us in
Yes,
English. And Umji at one point was like, "Oh, I really love the freshness of the London air," and everyone was just laughing.
they were
And
like,
she's like,
what?
"No."
Yeah,
It's really
yeah,
funny.
I know. And
Oh god.
also there was because also we didn't mention that they had as I'm sure they do at many K-pop concerts, they had like an interpreter or a couple of interpreters there. So
Hmm.
you had like the voice of God come on and do their interpreting. But a couple of times like Una went to so she would say what she wanted to say and then she kind of forgot that it would be interpreted. And then when the interpreter came in, it like made her jump and
Yeah.
she made like such a killer face. She was like, oh, you know,
Yeah. You can picture
she
it just
forgot
from that
that.
noise. What she was
I know
like.
you can. She was like, oh, and then she was kind of while she was waiting for it to be interpreted, she was just doing a cute little da-da-da face,
Girls always
and it
performing.
was really sweet. Yeah, she was as you'd expect,
Mm.
just as you'd expect. And they were just great. They were just, I don't know, they were just as you expect. They were just fantastic. They
Mm.
did Love Aid, obviously, and that was great. They did quite actually. What they did was mostly off of their new mini. To be fair, they did Lemonade. They did Love, Love. They did Love, Love, Love. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. They did Love, 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 which I was so excited about. They did Time for the Moon Night. They did Red Sun from Queendom.
Bop bop.
They did a Bop Bop. Of course, was that the last one?
I
Yeah.
think it was. Yeah.
So that was just like lovely. And yeah, like we said, they chose to just do. Oh, they did Love You Like as well. I was really excited about that one.
Hmm.
And they did quite a lot of just walking around the stage.
Yeah.
Um, More than I guess I thought would have, but it was quite nice because they kind of spread around so people could see, each one. But they didn't do that much, just like the three of them doing the choreo together, I
Mm.
guess.
Yeah. As far as I know, they
Um,
didn't do tweets with her.
no,
But yeah, the only thing that was a bit
they,
disappointing was like Uno was giving it her all. Like she was belting out like
Mhm.
everything. But I don't think I heard Simbi like at all live.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Umji was kind of like dipping in and out,
Half and half.
and Unha was giving it her all. But then Simbi was just like, "I'm not singing today. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
talk
I
and not sing."
see. I didn't know, obviously notice, but I know you noticed. And I also Zozo at the end, she said that
Yeah,
she was almost a little bit disappointed, or that was the one that she was not, that she was just slightly disappointed. She found them a little bit lackluster, didn't she?
I think so. Yeah,
Um, So yeah, that was a shame. But
I
I
think it
certainly
was the
felt they
same.
were.
It was the same reason I was like slightly cheesed, was just like Simi not singing. I
Yeah.
think I don't think there was anything wrong with the
Hmm.
performance, but it's just like the lack of trying, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, other than
Definitely.
that, it was good. Like they got the crowd amped up. They played a lot of the good songs. But yeah, it was just the like a lot of backing track that was a bit disappointing for them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
other
know
than
what
that,
you
good.
mean. But I didn't feel disappointed. I felt really excited. And just was really happy to see them
Still had
in
a
real
good
life.
time.
Yeah. So then after that we had Pentagon,
Yeah,
and that
these
was one
handsome
that I
fellas.
was I was like not bothered about them. But again, was only because I don't really, apart from Shine, I really don't know
Hmm.
much of them. But I really, really enjoyed um, their set as well. They were very charismatic and
Yeah.
very confident, and they were just really cool. Like I would just describe them as cool. That was their whole thing. They just felt really cool. Like, is it the main vocal guy? You know, the one that said he hadn't been there for the whole time? The
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of the smallest guy in
yeah.
this tan blazer with like his sleeves rolled up.
This
What's his name
dude.
again?
Oh god, now you're
What's his
testing
name?
me. Remembering boy group names, I don't do that.
Um,
I'm sure Granger
you
will tell us in a minute. Don't worry,
you
she's a
did
fan.
say it on the day. Anyway, he especially was so charismatic,
He's
and
great.
they,
Jinho, that's it. Yeah, Jinho.
yeah, he was fantastic, and his voice sounded amazing. He was so like small, but he was such like a little powerhouse of charisma and voice. He was great,
Love that
and
dude.
like the rest of them looked great, and the like I said, like, why is it that I always like fall for the rapper? Because for some reason I always do, and I definitely did. And it was this guy. Oh, it's this picture's a little bit small, but he had a blaze. He had, well, they all had blazers on. I can't remember, but they all
Zozo
looked
fell in
great.
love with Kino. She was
Yes,
like
she
eating
did.
out of his hand by the end of that set. It was
Yes, she was.
ridiculous. But
He was great though. Like he
yeah,
was great. He was the one that did the most talking as well. Um, and he,
Grain just cracked me
yeah.
up. Showing those two
What
people.
did you say?
I'm kind of with you there.
Oh,
I mean, to be fair, I know
but
Kino just because of his stuff outside of Pentagon.
right. He was definitely very charismatic. Yeah, he was great. They all were fantastic, very relaxed and very cool and just looked great.
Really,
And
really good showmen, I would say. Like they know how to
exactly,
work
yeah.
a crowd without a doubt. They would
Yeah.
all be amazing MCs.
Yeah. I feel like Golden Child were really cool, but they were almost like holding something back and weren't as relaxed. But Pentagon, in just to contrast the two boy groups, Pentagon were very relaxed, very cool, just great. Like
You'd
one of
almost think
them,
they didn't have management there. They were so like chilled out and just fucking around. It was
yeah,
great.
they were great. And they were they one of them at one point had his like he took his blazer half off and he was just like hanging it off one shoulder the whole time. I was like, oh my God, like just look at them, like they're just great. It was really good to watch them. It's definitely made me more interested in them than I was before, even though their music isn't like massively my thing.
Yeah, they did.
But you know,
They
boy
did
groups
rock
aren't
versions of a
massively my
bunch of their
thing
songs
anyway.
too, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they
That was
did.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. They which one was the one that they did in particular? That was
Don't test me on this.
I don't know.
Let
They
me
said
search them up.
oh
I'll remember
anyway,
it if
but
I
they
see
did
the title. I'm sure.
they did Shine at the end, obviously, and that
Yeah.
went down really well. That was fantastic to watch, and everyone loved that and singing along. So that was Pentagon. And then anything else to say about them, Diggy?
I'm trying to remember what the songs were they did rock versions of, but it wasn't any of like the big songs. It was like B-sides.
I thought there was one in particular that stood out.
Was it Think About
Uh,
You? Was that one of them? I think it might have been Think About You. I'm not sure. But yeah, they did a couple of rock versions and they were really good.
I can't remember because I wouldn't know what the normal versions are.
Neither would I, but they sounded good what they did,
apart from
so we
they
take it.
did. It was really good. They were really great. So, and was it their first time in London? I can't remember.
It's everyone's first time in London, apart from Suho. Come on, we were
Um,
almost dead by the time we'd taken all those shots.
So after Pentagon, we had Suho, and
Yeah.
now when we first arrived, right, and when Zoza and Diggy came to me like, we've got a plan, they were like, we're gonna go and get food during like Golden Child and Suho. I was like, hold on a second. I was like, I'm really excited for Suho. I have listened to him quite a bit before, and really liked his stuff. It must have just come up on my Spotify or whatever. None of you lot would have recommended him to me, I don't think, because there's a lot of like ballads, but as you know, that's kind of my thing, and I was really excited to see him. And so we later realised that the reason they got so kind of ahead with their schedule was because they needed to set up like a full-on live band for Suho, which was so exciting. Like the only act that had a full live band, and I mean, obviously, I wouldn't have expected it for anyone, like with with K-pop, but it was so. It made a massive difference, and like I feel like me and you, we really felt that difference, didn't we? And we were both just kind of on the same wavelength of how amazing it is when you get that live band. And they had like a female bassist, which was just the best thing ever.
I have a confession to make.
Oh.
Suho was my favourite act on the first day. He was so good. He was like... There was not an ounce of backing track with his vocals. He was just killing it live. And, like, this guy's vocals are ridiculous.
Oh,
he was,
God.
like, by the first couple of songs, he was, like, way up there in pitch and belting. And, like, it was awesome. And, like, I think it helps that he played a lot of, like, softer rock stuff, which really comes alive when you're live with a band.
Mm-hmm.
And like us two were saying at the event, it helps so much when you have a live band because you can feel the music with a live band, whereas you don't really have that when you have backing tracks. So so I almost got a bit emotional during Suho's set. I was like, I had this moment where he was playing like, I think it was Grey Suit, maybe one of his songs. He was playing one of his songs, and I just looked around, and everyone was having a great time, and I was feeling the music, and he was singing like a god, and I was just like, oh my god, I've missed this so much. Because this is the first concert I've been to since COVID. So I had that moment that was like almost transcended. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So yeah, he was my favourite on the day.
Yeah, I agree. Same here. Absolutely my favourite. Yeah, and totally agree with everything you just said. But he was... Like, I was just like mesmerised, honestly. And half the time I just had like my eyes just like swimming in the music, which sounded fantastic, and his voice is just like, it's just so dreamy, and he can do the high, he can do the low, he can do the power, he's got the emotion in his voice, and the live band was amazing, and he just was just phenomenal. Like he was the one that I've been thinking about over and over again, since last week. I believe it was only last week.
Yeah,
I
spent a lot of time when I was at work listening through his albums because I was like, I need to give this another chance because he was so good live. And I've realised what it is. I just hate the production on his stuff.
Oh, okay.
They rob his voice of all its character. When you see him live, he's like a way better vocalist than he sounds like on the record.
Yeah, I think what could be a thing is that quite a lot of his songs, when you listen to them, sound quite similar. But obviously, when you see them live, you hear all the colours and all those little bits and bobs that make each song so special on its own. And I think that could be a thing. If you were just listening to him on Spotify or whatever, it all kind of merges into one a little bit, even for me. But when you hear them live, because this is the thing as well, because he's written the songs, he's singing the songs live, he's got a band playing, the songs that he's written. That is just like magic when you get that all together. And it was just if I could, I would pay to see him do that set every night again. Like I loved it.
It was
absolutely
so
loved
good.
it.
Like
it was a magic moment.
Even MCing wise, he was great. Like he was really funny. Like he knew when to pull out a cheesy line, but he also knew when to just like be sincere and like when to pop a joke or whatever. Like he was just great. He was fantastic. Like, I don't have any faults really with his set. He was just so good.
No. He was also very leaning into the whole EXO thing. Like, he could have chosen to just not mention, as a soloist, whatever, he could choose to not mention that at all, but he was fully leaning into who, he was talking about EXO an awful lot, and he was saying how much he wished they could be there with him.
Yeah, he promised like next time he comes, he'll make sure he brings his EXO members with him.
Yeah, and he was referring to like the audience as like EXO-Ls as well, and that was just lovely because you could really feel that warmth that he had. Because am I right in thinking he's the leader of EXO?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the leader.
Yeah, so you could really feel the kind of warmth that he felt towards them, towards their fans. He was just a humble, great, pure, talented guy. Like, I truly fell in love. It was amazing. And it was that time of the evening, because he was the penultimate one. It was just kind of, the sun was like ever so slightly going down, and things were just getting a little bit dusky, and it was just a beautiful moment. So, really, really good. But then we had a little bit more excitement because we had the last act of the night, which was Red Velvet, and you could definitely see as the day went on that people started to come in later on. So by the time it got to Red Velvet, it was definitely busier, and I feel like some people probably just came just to see Red Velvet. Certainly, even in the Golden Circle section towards the end, that seemed to get suddenly way more full. Or maybe some people had hopped over the fence because you could probably easily done that. I know I threatened to do it.
I don't know. I think the security guard vibing would have caught you doing that, to be honest.
That's true.
But yeah, as Swither says, it was Red Velvet minus Joy.
I know.
That was a bit sad, but they were really good.
It was very sad. Joy is my bias in Red Velvet as well, but I fully prepared myself because I knew about it beforehand, so I wasn't so disappointed because I was prepared for that, but it was still a shame. However, I think they did it wasn't like detrimental. They still put on a great show. And it was just so crazy seeing Red Velvet in real life. And they were obviously just absolutely beautiful, obviously, all of them. And Irene had this kind of, what did she have? She had like just like a cute t-shirt with like a mini skirt. Yeah, Levi t-shirt, that's it. And she had like trainers. But then the rest of them were a little bit more glitzy, I would say. She looked like Irene was dressed quite casual compared to the rest of them, but she had like all her hair like was down and all flowy, and she was on the screens a lot.
Yeah. But then also like my girl Wendy was on the screen quite a lot because she was absolutely murdering it vocally, and she gets a lot more lines than I really remembered. I think probably she took some of the Joy lines, but she was absolutely killing it. She was so good.
But not just...
Well, let me see if there are more Red Velvet picks. It's probably more.
Lemon, who says who was styled the best on day one, I'd say probably Cherry Bullet, to be honest.
I'd say so.
It depends what you like, but they're just the way they're because it was a real like they had really classy dresses on. They just looked really classy, and also because they all had different colours, but the palette of the colours that had been put together for them was just really, really nice and gave it really added to the atmosphere. So I'd say that was like really clever styling, just the way they did it. And it really added a lot. Red Velvet, I don't know. Do you see what I mean about Irene's outfit here? It's just not as...
It's not like show-stopping. It's just functional.
Yeah, exactly. Like, someone in the audience could have been wearing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, she's Irene. So she's Irene. But yeah, so... As well, I think we both agreed that Wendy was working the crowd like an absolute trooper. She was very... Obviously, she is, the main English speaker. That helped a lot. But just even if she wasn't, she still would have been the most charismatic, definitely.
I would see her live on her own if she did a tour here. She was so good.
Oh, yeah.
She was really, really good. I've now accepted that she's my Red Velvet bias because she was so good. She was just amazing.
I get it.
She worked the crowd up. She got everyone going. Even her little moves when she was just on her own vibing were so proper normal festival moves over here. So she looked a lot more like, I guess, something we'd recognize because it wasn't choreographed. She was just loving it and getting into the music. The songs that they chose to do, though, when it's someone like Red Velvet, you just really can't be sure, can you, about what? But they did kind of an interesting mix. So they did a lot of newer stuff. So
See here, I've written this down, for goodness sake. But they did the only old one the really kind of main older one they did is Red Flavor. Apart from that, it was like they did Feel My Rhythm, they did
Bamboleo.
Queendom. Oh yeah, they did
That was
Bamboleo. Yes, that B-side, which oh my gosh, I was not expecting that, so I was very happily surprised by that. But apart from that, yeah, they did Queendom, they did in terms of title tracks, Queendom, Feel My Rhythm,
Peekaboo, which
Psycho.
you can see here.
Yeah, they did Psycho. That was really it. Then they did quite a lot of B-sides. And what was that one that Zozo was really happy to hear?
Oh, you better know.
Oh yeah, you better know. Yeah,
but they didn't play the one I wanted. There was no Russian roulette. I was very sad. But I didn't expect them to play it, really. It's kind of older and not that many people seem to like it. But I love that song.
Oh, I would have absolutely loved that too. But yeah, it was a... What else did they do? I just found it was a bit of an interesting mix of songs that they did. But obviously everyone loved every song that they did. I guess it's just always going to be hard to pick because it really was such a short set. But they finished with Red Flavor, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And before you knew it, they were gone, to be honest. But they were great. Did they have they had backing dancers as well? Did they? Or not?
I didn't remember, to be honest. I don't think they did. As far as I know, it was just them.
But they were as you'd expect. I'd say Irene seemed quite nervous, especially with just talking to the crowd.
I think the trouble for Irene was that the crowd were really loud because they were very amped up. And she was just kind of talking normally, so you couldn't really hear a lot of what she was saying when she was trying to say anything.
That's
true. Because she'd walk over to a section of the crowd and start talking, and everyone in that section of the crowd obviously would go fucking mental and be like, oh my god, Irene's right there. And then we can't hear Irene. So we didn't hear much of her, but yeah, the others...
She seemed a little bit almost scared or a little bit shy.
Yeah, a bit intimidated.
A bit intimidated. But I mean, I couldn't get out of my head what I'd seen that morning when I'd looked on the... I think the Twitter for the festival. Oh no, they wouldn't put it on there. God, what am I on about? Someone had filmed when they came into the airport in London, and the kind of just ridiculous reception that they got there. And Irene, I just remember Irene's face. She just looked like so. Oh my god, wasn't expecting this here, kind of thing. Real lack of security in the airport, and she kind of looked a little bit the same as that on stage, to be honest. But let's see, Sorgi, she didn't massively stand out to me. Wendy was the massive standout, and Yeri was really cute. I think always.
Vocally it was Wendy big time leading, like just pulling a lot of weight, and then Sorgi actually as well was really going for it on some of their songs. She was belting a lot, but like Irene, I think, just has a quiet voice in general, so it's harder to hear her when she's singing. She was singing, you could hear her, but because the crowd's loud and we're all loving it and singing a lot, it's hard to hear her. And Yeri, I'm not sure, was singing that much, which was a bit sad. But, I mean, it didn't matter because Wendy was there, and Wendy was absolutely murdering it, so it didn't really matter. But, like, that was a bit of a shame.
I don't remember any massive Sorgi moments either. I remember all Wendy massive moments.
I can't remember which one. She was really going for it in one of them.
I remember you saying. I do remember, like, you said it at the time. But right now, all I can think of is Wendy.
Wendy just overpowered everything. She was so good.
She did. Yeah, she did.
I was just, like, staring slack-jawed in awe at the screen as she's just, like, giving it everything on every note. It was awesome.
It was great. So... before we knew it, and nobody did an encore except Suho, right? Was he the only one that didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were kind of surprised because we thought, maybe they're getting ahead of schedule because that Red Velvet can do some encores, because maybe it's a really strict license in terms of what time they're allowed to go on till. You'll have to tell me whether it was the same on day 2 in a minute. But they were kind of just like, yep, this is our last song, and then off they went. It was really only Suho who did his he did Grace Suit, didn't he, as his encore? So
yeah.
Yeah, so Red Velvet didn't even do an encore. We were like, oh, okay.
Oh,
See
what
you
was
later.
that? What was that song Suho did? That he said was by like the Korean version of the Beatles.
Oh, yeah. We
I've
need to
not
look that
found that
up.
yet. I've been looking for it because that
Yeah,
was like
good
one of my
point.
standouts, but I couldn't find it.
Have you been trying? Have you had a look?
Yeah, I had a look through his releases, but I couldn't find anything official unless it's just like he just decided that
Hmm.
day to do it. But
Yeah.
he has like a single he did that's like a cover of an old school Korean band, but it didn't sound like what we heard that day, so
It
I'm not
sounded quite
sure.
disco-y, the one he did, didn't it?
Yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed that, but I
Yeah.
couldn't work out what
We'll
it
have to
was.
ask. We'll have to find out because, yes, I remember thinking, like, note to self, try and find what that one was. Green
Yeah,
version of the Beatles. Yeah, he was talking
yeah.
about what was that group?
It's like a
What
I
was
don't
the
remember what their name was, but
can't
they're
even
like a
remember the
really
group.
classic group in Korea, but obviously not
He
known
said
here.
it's their favorite. He said it's his they're his favorite group, and that's his favorite song of theirs.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, we'll have to find out. Oh, you can look at set list, says Lemon. Good
Yeah, I need to
idea,
find that
Lemon.
set list.
Good idea. Yes, let's do that. Very good idea. So that was it, and by that time, it was time to go, and I was like, no, like the instant like come down set
Don't make
in.
me leave.
I know. I was like,
Oh,
oh no,
there's
not ready
photos
to.
with everyone as well, by the way. This was a thing.
Oh,
They made everyone take photos. So
yes.
here's Holland with the fans.
And they would be like, one more time, one more time, one more time.
Sherry, but oh god,
And
yeah, the amount of one more times.
oh,
Oh my lord.
he looks like
We
such a
were
rock star there in
we
that
were like
picture.
somewhere over here.
We were, we were, see, that makes it look,
Yeah, look
there
at
was
these
a real
fairies.
split. I know, look at them.
So
There was a
cute.
real split between the golden circle and us. So you can't see on that picture right there of
Yeah.
Charlie Britt, but there was a real, because we were kind of, so as you see, we're like to the left of the sound desk, a
Hmm.
bit quite a way along to the left, kind of halfway
Yeah.
on that left.
You can see a little bit the divide here on this golden child picture. This barrier here, there's like a little gap here, but that was a lot bigger in
Yeah,
real life. There's quite a decent gap there, but we were like right
yeah.
here along the barrier somewhere. And then
Oh
obviously here's
yes, Swither,
Chungha.
you're right. He did
He
sing
did
Let It
do Let It
Be.
Be, and I
Yes,
cringed.
he did. Yeah, that was a little bit of a cringe. He
Didn't
didn't
need
do all
that.
of it. He just did like the first bit. But
Yeah.
he's in England. He probably thinks we all love that song.
Mm. Oh,
But yes, and like
here's proof that it wasn't a diaper, by the way, whoever it was that was saying that before.
oh yeah, Lemon said.
They're actually pretty cool trousers. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
VIVIZ. Pentagon,
Yeah, that
looking
was so
cool as
they
they
all
do.
did pictures.
Yeah,
And
lots of pictures.
they'd obviously been clearly told that they needed to do pictures because half the time they would suddenly go, "Oh yeah, sorry." They would come back on and go, "Oh no, sorry, we need to do the picture." So,
Yeah, here's the Suho band with this gigantic stage, and us over here losing our fucking minds.
oh look, you can see the circle thing that I was talking about
Yeah,
about
it's
the
huge.
stage. It was great. Although they had those lights, didn't they? They were like blinding us half the
Yeah,
time. But yeah,
Red
oh,
Velvet.
so by the that was it, and it was time to go, and I was like, I want to see it again. I want to stay, and I really wanted to go to day two. I think it would have helped my like sad feeling at the end, but alas,
Yeah.
I couldn't do day two. But and yeah, that was it. And I like just absolutely like even though I then had to drive like get in my car and drive all the way back up north and didn't get home till like 2:30 in the morning.
Jesus.
It was so worth it, and I didn't mind because it was so worth it, and I'm just so glad I got to go. This was my first experience seeing any like K-pop live, and I said to Moose like, "That's it now. I'm gonna go to everything now," because I think for me, I can't remember when did I get into it. No, it was a way before. It was a while before COVID, but still, don't feel like I've really had the opportunity before, but definitely now. I'll be wanting to because it was just such a great day and loved
Mm.
spending the day with you, Diggy. It was
Yeah,
just great
likewise.
fun and yeah, hopefully not long till the next time
Mm. Not long to the next
and
time
look
with the
forward
three
to
of us and Ildi for Kiara Pemi Pemi.
yes, that's true. Yay!
We're ready
Unless
for
I can
that.
convince you to come to Luna,
It's
or
just a lot
unless
of
either
money. I'm thinking about it, but
I think you
it's a
should do
lot
it.
for
I
what
think
it
you should
is.
do it. I think you should do it.
Yeah, but they might just play
Anyway.
all the shit songs, and they will have wasted my
No,
money.
I
And they
don't-
might mime, and then I've wasted my money. So
No, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be
dunno.
okay.
I was
Anyway,
thinking about it.
that's okay. I'll try and wear you down before whenever
You'll be
it is.
sending me all the
But
good
either-
B-sides like they're going to play this.
Yeah. No, it was fantastic, worth every penny, and hopefully they'll do it again next year, and they'll spread the word. Even more will come, and yeah. So I can't wait to hear about day 2, and hope that this was interesting and not boring with me rambling on or whatever. But hopefully it gave everyone a little picture of our experience. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming on and chatting about this.
All right, bye.
See ya. Okay, before we head into day 2, I drink too much tea and I need the toilet. So let's put on... What should we put on? We could put on one of the songs from the festival. I'll put on one of the performances. I'll tell you what, should we just put Suho's set on? Because that was really good. Let me find that. Let's put Suho on. Ooh. Look who's been peeking. So let's put Suho's thing on while I got to the loo. You get a bit of a sense of how it was. I'll be right back, people. I have returned. I hope you've been enjoying Suho's set from this footage. Thanks to Crixid on YouTube. Get an idea of how good these vocals were. But yeah, we'll now I'm back. We'll crack on. We'll talk about Hip Hop Day. And it's time to bring in my longtime excellent friend, wonderful human being, YouTube co-host, creator of the YouTube channel we were on, Ildi. I hope you're ready. I'm bringing you in. Hello, Ildi. Do you hear me? Oh, she gone. What's happening? Let's try that again. Okay, are we good?
I guess so.
Yay, Ildi's here. Welcome, Ildi. Welcome to my show.
Okay, so I guess you can hear me and whatever.
Yeah. You hear me okay?
Yes, I do. I'm like watching you on Twitch or something.
Excellent, excellent. Right.
It's so interesting though that like it's only a voice thing because usually we do like a video call and stuff. So like this is slightly unusual, but like yeah, I'm all here for it.
Yeah. Well, we're here now. We're for some reason we're still in the dungeon, even though we're not talking about that anymore. But yeah, let's crack on with day 2, shall we?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. First of all, I actually have to make a public announcement.
Ooh.
T right here has the loveliest voice, so I'm
She
not
does.
going to sound as lovely as she was. Okay, so everybody, apologies for the mistakes in advance. Like this is not going to be as sophisticated and beautiful and just overall eloquent. You know the way she described like every outfit in detail. Like I felt like I was there. Like this is unbelievable. It's like is she doing like metadata as a hobby or something?
He's
Anyway,
just too
so
good.
yeah. I wish my name would be that cool. I wish, but no, it's not. It actually has a very, very boring story to it. Like my family name literally means big in Hungarian. So yeah, and I'm so new to these things that I actually tell my real name. Anyway.
Don't
Yeah,
worry, the
whatever.
podcast for some reason is still going up under my real name. So whatever, we're both there.
Okay, good, very good. Yeah, guys, I mean, K-pop Day was really amazing as far as I heard. K-hip hop Day was equally great. So let's see what's gonna happen.
Let's let me see if I can get where's the schedule for Hip Hop Day, if I can bring that up. I can't even find it on there. I don't think it's there anymore.
BTS back again. Yeah, it was no mistake, Benji. No, actually, I didn't plan that in advance, though. But yeah, like the bubble tea squad thing is. We actually met up just before the K-pop Day started. So all of us met up with like the old crew. So this was like a full-on K weekend for us. Yeah, K hip hop day. Let's see. Let's see.
So we it was a slightly different start to the day than for K-pop Day, right? Because K-pop Day, we literally turned up like an hour before it started and just got straight in, no problems. K-hip hop Day, not so much, because it was actually a lot more popular.
Yeah, which was something that we were actually thinking about, like what's gonna happen? Is it going to be more popular? Is it going to be, equally popular? Like what's the deal? Like because this is an interesting indicator. I was wondering like, whether K-hip hop is not more popular, but just generally gathers more attention. Because in the past, as far as I heard from you guys in the UK, and then also during the times that I was living there, that it often happened that they totally miscalculated the numbers, and then they booked like this small theater for J Park, and the tickets were sold out within seconds.
That was really
so
annoying.
I was wondering, yeah.
They did that the other year. J Park did a tour, I think, in like 2019, and I was going to go to it, but then it sold out like immediately because they booked this tiny little theatre, which obviously he can do a stadium here. He's super popular. But yeah.
Absolutely. as he showed at the end, but we're gonna start from the very beginning. This is actually like, as far as I can see, this post is in no performance order.
Yeah,
So
it's just
like
all the acts.
just all the acts, yeah. And,
Oh no,
and this is
actually,
actually
it's
a
in, well,
teaser.
it would have been in reverse order, but they messed it up because they put PH1 all the way up here when he should be at the bottom.
Yeah, very good point. Very good point. So we got in like without any serious problems actually. Like, okay, maybe the queue was a bit longer, but like nothing really special, like
Yeah,
compared
still-
to
still
festival
in, like-
experiences.
Still in before PH1 got on, so we were happy.
Yeah, that was a very important point, everybody, because PH1, we are both huge fans of PH1, and now you can't see it, but like as in true Ildi style, I did make notes. So
Here is
absolutely,
PH1.
I have my.
She's
And
got
you
the
really
notes.
wanted to see. Yeah. Is that even a question? Of course I have the notes.
Yeah. There were so many nice
So
things with
let's-
PH1. Yeah, PH1 kicked off the
okay.
show. He was absolutely awesome to kick off the show with. We all got really into it. The whole crowd was loving it. Bouncing, loving it. He played like, I feel like he played a really good mix of like his rap stuff, which I don't love as much, and his R&B stuff. So like he had like Pack It Up for the rap stuff, and like a couple of other kind of like, everyone was bouncing and loving it. Guys next to us were like rap handing like crazy, and then like he also had like Me and Homebody and like Cupid, all these like awesome songs that we just adore, like absolutely adore. So yeah, he
Oh,
mixed
yeah,
it
I
up really
think-
well.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, like, and then we just absolutely adored. I like that because I do think he was quite adorable. Like, just the way he carried himself. Like, he's very, just approachable, I would say. Like, he feels like a totally normal dude who just happens to be crazily talented, and he just walks around, spits the bars super casually, like, and just I think his soundscape, in comparison with a lot of artists that perform, especially the one that we are going to talk about, like where we went to get some, drinks, like he was just so diverse, like exactly how you said, like when it comes to, the more hip hop style things, his R&B stuff, the song that I sent in to kind of request it, It's Alright, like that. Gosh, like I've been obsessed with that song, not just because of the lyrics, but generally, like it's just a really amazing production. So I think his set, really was almost like a teaser for like what's to come, because there were so many different types of hip hop acts performing, and R&B acts performing. So it's almost like he encapsulated everything. It was just utterly charming. The crowd was like totally supporting him. There were signs everywhere like, "We are proud of you, Harry."
That was
That's
really
great.
touching. Everyone was so supportive in the crowd. Like there was signs everywhere. Like on this Instagram, you can see there's like signs PH1, and there's like one that's like, oh yeah, another one here, and like someone's had a like, I'm a homebody, and there's another one just saying, as Ildi said, "Harry, we're proud of you," which is his real name, and that was like really quite touching. And he was like kind of loving it. I think he was he the one who gave out albums as well at the end of his set.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was him who gave albums. We
Yeah.
were very sad that he didn't give it to us, though. I mean,
We were hoping he was going to like
anyway.
risk injury and just like frisbee it like 100 feet to us, but it didn't happen. But he went around like the
Well.
Golden Circle handing out albums and like thanking people. It was really nice.
absolutely, and it was not cringy at all, guys. Like it wasn't like, you know what, like I have way too many, and I'm just gonna give something out because like it doesn't fit in my bag, and I need to carry some like whatever stuff that I got here in London back. So it was just like something that came very natural, and I also think that his popularity and just the way people like him that much also comes from the fact that he did a lot of like podcast stuff, and through him we got kind of a door into K-hip hop and like the way he sees things, like the stuff that he produces. So I think he's sort of a bridge to a certain extent when it comes to, just because of his background, which was really great to kind of see in person. And yeah, I think he sounded brilliant, and he was harmonizing with himself a lot,
Yeah.
which I enjoyed so much.
That's
Just
how
very,
you
very
show
pleasant.
people that you're not miming. He
Oh,
like
yeah.
there was backing track Harry rapping and then real Harry rapping along in a different pitch. This weird ass
Oh,
harmony
yeah.
he was going with, and it was great. he was
Absolutely,
killing
and his
it.
harmonies are and his harmonies are also very, very complicated. So it's not an easy
Hmm.
arrangement whatsoever. So it's not like, like let's just do something very easy and like I'm gonna do whatever random high note. Like it does not work that way. So
Yeah,
so I
that's
think we
actually
were
one of the
both.
things that surprised me the most about PH1 is like a lot of the times when you watch people rap live, they're just kind of rapping in whatever pitch is comfortable to them. But he was like
Oh yeah.
on pitch of how he raps on the record perfectly on like everything. It was like really amazing because I expect it to be a bit messy when you hear rap live, but his was like perfectly controlled.
Absolutely, I agree, and there's just yeah, he has a great sense of rhythm, like and just really came through. Like oh, I think PH1, like we started on a high, like
Yeah.
we have to say, like we started on a high, and we really wanted to see him perform. So
And then we
yeah, like
transitioned to not so much of a high after that.
I don't know, a
When
bit of like
this
screeching
guy,
sounds.
this guy turned
Okay,
up.
okay. Come on. Okay, so before we hurt anybody's feelings, because like this has been the dynamic. This has
Look, all
been the
right,
dynamic.
you're preaching to the choir here because everyone here
Oh.
was fans of the podcast with Steven, where him and Josh
Oh, yeah,
would
I know.
frequently talk about how shit Doki is. So you're not
Okay,
going to
guys,
have any
like-
problems with that.
Okay, well then here is my chance then to be honest, because here's the thing, guys. Like, you know, back in the day when we did like a lot of the bubble tea squad stuff, like usually I was trying to be more of the PC person. Like you're like, okay, guys, let's just like find a middle ground. There must be a reason why he's like that. Blah 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 blah. But like some people might like this. But here's the thing, like I had this analogy already on the spot. Like you there's this film called When Harry Met Sally, and then like the famous line is, "You had me at hello," and in our case, he lost me at Beverly Hills, which was literally
The first song he did.
the first song. He started like, okay, so first he started cursing.
Yeah,
which I'm not a
every
huge
time he
fan of.
talked, right, it was, this is motherfucking real hip-hop, who's here for the fucking real hip-hop,
Jesus.
motherfuckers. It was, like, exhausting listening to this guy talk.
Cringy as well. Like you guys can hear that I'm not a native English speaker. It doesn't sound good when somebody's trying to force this like imitated swag,
painful.
which in his view 80% is cursing for some reason. And I was like, excuse me, sir, can we just call your mother? Like, because you seem to be very interested in other people's mothers. So, you know what, like,
For the,
maybe step back.
For the people on stream, right, this, in the white hoodie, this is Doki, and this is his hype man, who for some reason was
yeah.
there, running around, not
Which is
really
fine.
contributing
I mean, like,
much.
I mean, we are all about like, you know, having friends, supporting friends. Like it's okay because he was doubling a lot of his lines. See, so
Yeah.
like, so in his case, it helped kind of like the delivery, which he wasn't delivering much, by the
No,
way.
he
Like
was
he
not.
wasn't rapping that much. We're gonna talk about the Jessi thing in a minute. Don't you worry,
Yeah,
guys. because
I've got
it
the
was-
clip ready. Don't you
Oh,
worry.
yeah, it was very interesting. Anyway, so Doki
my
said
God.
as
That was our golden child moment where we decided that was when we were getting tea.
Yeah, well, I honestly I think it's that comparison doesn't work that much because Golden Child, like even if they didn't sing that much live, it's
Oh, no,
still
they did. They were good.
Doki was not at that level, okay?
No,
So-
this is no disrespect to Golden Child because that was like my preconception that I wasn't going to enjoy it, but they were actually pretty good. Whereas Doki, I knew I wasn't going to enjoy, and it was fucking awful.
It's just I think his attitude was not right. Like
just
that's the
stunk,
thing.
man.
Like because I do think that his style of hip hop, which was a bit stuck in the 2000s, but
Very
it's okay.
bling.
You know, it's okay. There's very much a revival, but like one of my favorite shows, you know, Street Woman Fighter and now Street Man Fighter. Yeah, hip hop all the way, great. But I think his lyrics were unfortunately also stuck in that period of time. So it
Yeah.
was not much originality, whether it was rhythm or just like this. The message that he was trying to deliver didn't really sit well that were in the crowd either. So like people were, you know, cheering and some people were enjoying it and whatever. But I would say there was not that much enthusiasm.
Yeah,
when
even
it
even
comes
his
to-
style, like look at this, like this is straight out of the 2000s.
Yeah, which once again, it's fine. It's absolutely
Yeah,
fine.
you can do that,
but
just don't be a
just-
dick. You know?
Yeah.
That's
like,
all it is.
So for next year, my suggestion would be like definitely get somebody who does this style of hip hop because it's needed and it made the lineup way more representative. But maybe not him. there could be other people. My vote is for Big Naughty, who I
Yeah,
really
same.
want to see next year. But
Have a look at
his
these
path is
comments,
very
by the
different.
way, on this Instagram post of it. Everyone's like, "Oh, thanks for ignoring the people fainting in the crowd." Everyone was screaming to shut the show, and he just kept going. He had the worst attitude. Imagine dissing the other artists you're performing with. He was the worst part of the festival. So this is not just us being haters. He just was a prick.
Oh, yeah.
No one liked him. Like, people were
Yeah,
getting
but-
hype, but some people were like bouncing along and enjoying it. But it's pretty obvious that not everyone enjoyed this, and he was kind of a dick, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Like that, it was also, I think, not just the fact that like we didn't have alcohol at this festival, but the fact that everybody came here to enjoy something that we love together. Like
Yeah.
there was a shared love, palpable love in the air, and then he just bursted that little bubble of joy that we have in this cruel world where things are just getting worse. And then this guy comes and just talks rudely. Like,
Yeah.
why? Why? So we were not pleased, to say the least.
No.
But we were like sitting with our bubble tea and just like dishing him
Laughing.
in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loudly talking about how shit he was.
Very loud. Very loud. At one point, I was afraid that some people might think, like, what, this is a bit too much. But I think, as you can see in the comments, a majority of the crowd agreed with us. And a lot of people went to get some tteokbokki and, and some bulgogi or, anything that was available during the set, or just queuing for the water. That was another
Yeah, that was a massive queue for the
thing
water
to
day
do.
too. That sucked. But yeah, it
Again,
was
once again, very hot day.
it was funny when we were just sat drinking tea, dissing this guy. Like, someone turned around and looked at me while I was saying it, and I just kept going. I didn't care. I was like, I don't care. This guy's awful. He deserves this. Like, he sucks.
Yeah.
He just
because
deserves every bit
basically-
of it. He's just a bit
Basically
of a
what
dick.
he said, wasn't it? Like, exactly what he said?
I got the
that,
clip.
like,
Hang on, I'll
he's
play
the
it.
absolute best, right?
Yeah, so here's
is-
here's a clip, right, of the festival.
let's
It's
hear
gonna
it.
be part of this set, and then also Jessi's set, who I think came on next, didn't she? So
Jessi did came on next.
yeah, so you'll get a bit of Doki and a bit of Jessi. Oh, let me make this big too. Hang on. So this is what he said.
After me, I rap better than anybody. Talk about
He
it.
thinks he's the best.
Let's fucking go. Talk about it.
Yeah. Let's fucking go.
There's a lot of good artists
Here's Jessi.
coming out tonight. Hey, today's hip hop night, right? But we got a lot. We got some Jake Park.
She's loving
We
it.
got some LOCO. We got some EIE. The fuck is Doki talking about?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is Doki talking about? She's right. But yeah, that's probably best we leave Doki there. I think we've shown him enough.
But oh, by the way, yes, very important to say, by the way, that like this speech of Jessi, this is what got into news, and not just
Yeah.
like international like K-pop news, but also, as far as I've seen, also K-media covered it. But it's important that he actually also after that, like, okay, so he didn't came back to the stage, luckily, but she actually went on and talked a bit more about the issue, and she basically said something along the lines of, because we are all the best here.
Yeah.
So she even was gracious enough to include him in the list. Okay?
Yeah, she was like,
So it
everybody
was-
here's the best. They're just different.
Yeah, instead of like dissing him back, which she could have done easily, but instead she was gracious and just, obviously like very,
Here she is,
fiery
by the way.
as Jessi is, but. And then I think with that note, we can go into, Jessi's set. She was somebody that I was waiting for, because Jessi is my personal confidence coach, everybody. Like, if I have this really shitty day, I'm just like, I'm a different type of beast. This is what I put on. I march into the office. And then, like, when somebody talks shit to me, I'm like, but it's okay. So, yeah. Go, Jessi.
It's your personal anthem.
Love the girl. Like, she's great. Anyway, and also she's older than me, so she's like my older sister who will just tell me that, what, like, you can make it, and it doesn't matter. I fought so hard
She's
for this. Anyway,
she's your senani.
over. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting emotional, right? Because I was just like waiting for her, and I was like giving my phone to you, of just like, you have to feel this.
Yeah.
Because I was too excited, and have to say that Jessi got the admiration from basically all genders represented. Everybody loved her, which is doesn't necessarily happen. That we can sometimes see with K-pop artists, especially that like there are all these funny charts, isn't it, about like the like who likes the girl groups, who likes the boy
Yeah.
groups.
When they're like
And
97%
here that
male
the
or whatever.
yeah.
This was split.
Yeah, like and here it didn't matter. Like the K hip hop day, I have to say, was so diverse. Yeah, and I don't know compared to the K-pop day, but like it was also felt a bit more diverse in age as well. Like literally all sorts of people turned up, which was awesome to see. Like really awesome to see. So what about Jessie's set? So what did you think?
Yeah, she was really good. She really brought the energy. She got everyone ready. She was cracking me up because every time she talked, she'd like accidentally curse, and then she get told in her ear that she can't curse, and go like, "Oh, sorry guys, I can't curse," and then like 2 minutes later, she's like cursing again. She just didn't. At the end, she just didn't really care. It was just really funny. But yeah, she was very funny on the mic, like telling a lot of stories, and like it was quite cute. She recognized loads of her fans. Like, there's what was the guy? It was Rafi or someone who's like her fan who makes a lot of content. And she like literally at one point was like, "Oh, Rafi, I see you. I love your stuff," and like was like chatting to him basically across the crowd. And like the same with like she saw one girl and was like, "Oh, you came to my concert. I remember you because you're really pretty." And like it was really like quite nice what she was saying to her fans. And like obviously performance wise,
I couldn't agree.
yeah, she's Jessi. She did a great job on her performance, and everyone was loving it. But yeah, it was yeah, she was killing it. And then I just got a bit annoyed when she kept going on.
Oh yeah, which is totally understandable because we will get to the next artist in a minute.
Yeah.
Another note on Jessie though, that she basically just confessed that she's very tired. She has like a huge jet lag and whatever.
Yeah.
Which also resulted to her not singing that much. But one thing is certain, that Jessi is not just a born entertainer, but also she's a very seasoned entertainer. So even if it's in a situation like this, where she sang beautifully and brilliantly, like she was just amazing. Like at one point she was like, her husky voice is really special. Like you instantly recognize it, and she was just hitting these high notes, and like me and other other girls, I think they were behind me, were just like fainting. I was holding on to you. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Anyway, so yeah, she was brilliant. But like you can see how much experience she has when it comes to just personal relationships. She took so many pictures with the fans, which at one point felt a bit too much, maybe because the show was like dragging on. But like from like a fan's perspective, there was someone who clearly showed like, I'm here for you guys, I'm grateful to you, and I'm gonna appreciate everything that you do for me by calling you out, by taking pictures with you, by signing stuff and noticing you and recognizing you, which kind of sent a message about the entire event, that the relationship when it comes to K-pop artists and K-hip hop artists and the fans is something completely different to what we see like in other realms of the world. Like it felt that we were appreciated, even we weren't like Jessie's biggest fans. She took the time and the effort, and I was like, you know what, like this is why we are devoted to these things, and this is why these relationships are special. So this was kind of like the main message for me when it comes to Jessi, other than the fact that she looks absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, she was like sporting this under boob trend that this is taking over some of the K-hip hop scene. And just when she came out, like, oh my God, everybody. Wow. Just like, wow. Whew. I mean, it was hot, but it got even hotter. So, yeah.
Yeah, every time
Huge
she
fan.
like did a couple of dance moves, everybody went crazy.
Yeah, but like, like it's understandable. It's Jessi after
Yeah.
all. And again, she was very good with the crowd. And it's also kind of, she was also teasing us. Like when do you guys know this song? You must be new fans then. And then
Yeah. Yeah, she was very funny on the mic. I think the only thing I was a little bit,
she was so
there's only like
funny.
two things I was slightly disappointed with, which is that one, she only really played like a lot of her newer stuff, because I quite like a lot of her older stuff, like Senoni and like that kind of era. But it was like the oldest thing I think she played was Gucci. But yeah, like a lot of it was just like stuff from the last few years, which a lot of it's good, but like some of it I don't really like that much. So for me, it wasn't amazing. And then like the only other thing that really annoyed me was like it was like really cute that she was like she went down from the stage and went and like took loads of photos with her fans and stuff. But after a while I was like, we got a show here, you got to stick to your time slot. Please get back on stage and finish. Because literally she went down, did like 5 minutes taking photos with fans, and was like, right, okay, I got to finish up the show, and started heading back, and then went back down again and took more photos, and then went round to another part of the stage and took more photos, and then like went back up on stage, and then someone like shouted Holiday or whatever, and then she was like, oh, hang on, I got to go down and take more, and it was like, Jessi, please. Please just finish the show. My favourite act is coming next, and you're eating into the time slot. But yeah, aside from that, she was good.
Yeah. It was so funny because she did recognize it, and then like when she realized like she went maybe 10-13 minutes over time, and then she made, and I mean I could just go on and on about Jessi, but now let's move to the next artist with that segue, because she made a really accurate introduction for the OG Opas, everybody. EPIKKK is in the house, and that was the moment when I was like, I might do, I will split my attention between the stage and my lovely friend on my side, because I just wanted to see you seeing them, if that makes sense. Like,
I went a bit crazy.
It made the show even better. Like, it made the show even better seeing you just being over the moon. And EPIKKK, everybody. Those were the ones. Like, they were the ones where I felt like, you know what? Like, if they come near us again, buying the tickets in no time.
It doesn't get better than EPIKKK. It just doesn't. It's like impossible to get better than EPIKKK. They are the best live band like ever. They're amazing.
Yeah, it's just. I do have to say, like, this is one of the cases again when you have the OG Opas, as like Jessi put it. You have these people like who are clearly incredibly experienced, and then they also have like a very, very long discography. So it means that they just tried out many things, and they're also like I would say self-reflective enough to kind of select songs that fits the crowd, but also showcases their identity to maybe fans who are either new or they know who they are, but they don't know their music that much. So they actually prepared a rather varied set in terms of styles.
Yeah, all sorts of eras. They had Fly from like way back in the day, like 06, 07. They had like...
Well, yeah, you have to... But what sort of songs they played? Like, Ben, you have to list them because you are the expert when it comes
all sorts. They played like Face ID, obviously, from last year. They played Born Hater, obviously, is always the last song they play. They played Love, Love, Love. They played One, They played all sorts. Like, just... Like, they played New Beautiful... They played so many different eras.
I have to say that was my favorite. I looked it up afterwards, and I was like, this song has just a great message, like a really, really good message. And also, fun fact about that song, because I posted it on my Instagram, just like, like I'm having such a great time, blah blah blah, and like it's amazing to be here, and what a great song. And then like a totally random friend of mine who I didn't even know that like. And apparently he doesn't know anything about like K-pop or K-hip hop, but he does know EPIKKK.
He
was like, I actually
he might have
really
played FIFA
back
in the day, because they had a song on FIFA back in like 2007, which was Fly, which they played. So I think there's like a small following of people that played FIFA that like EPIKKK, and then there's just like the rest of their fans.
Absolutely. So I think this is what happened, that like he just recognized the music. So EPIKKK's reach is way broader than I thought, which was amazing to see. I think another thing that really was striking to me when it comes to EPIKKK, that like obviously you knew like what's gonna come when it comes to the gigs and jokes and whatever, but it was never awkward.
No,
like
clearly just really
they did
funny.
it many, many times.
They
are just naturally funny.
I want to play a little bit of a fan cam of their set, which is them introducing themselves to the crowd.
Oh my! Like I love that.
So I'm gonna play that now. Okay.
하겠습니다. My name is
여러분
좋습니다. 반갑습니다.
It's their intro. creator of K-pop, DJ Two Cuts.
Yeah. Who else?
Here's Mithra.
In South Korea. He is
I was so surprised, by the way, when this happened.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this music? What's
They play
happening?
that the Avengers theme, like these triumphant songs where they're all introducing themselves. It's so great.
I think one of them was also like the 20th Century Fox, like
Yeah, that was Mithra.
intro or something.
It's epic.
안녕하세요.
Tableau.
Yeah, it is like boxing. It does.
Epic.
It did feel like that, but the just
Hello, my name.
you know what they when they talked over it and like all these specific
It's been too
introductions,
long.
it's like self-mocking, but like in a very lovable way. Like they have this,
Yeah.
We missed you very, very,
even
very,
though all
very.
this after all the success that they had. Anyway, I'll finish it afterwards.
Nah, you're good. It's okay. We've seen most of it.
It's like you know, just like it's just like after all the success they had, like they still kept this like self-depreciating humor, which was a very very nice contrast to another performer that we talked about already. You know, who could just learn from his sundays.
Yeah, Doki
let's
could
just put it that
have a
way.
little look at EPIKKK and think about it a bit, you know.
Yeah,
There was
maybe just like
that bit where they were talking about they were gonna perform a song by a guy who invented K-pop, and you know he
yeah.
went from a boy with great visions to a haggard old husk of a man, and then it's just DJ Two Cuts. They just absolutely killed it. They are like,
that was brilliant.
they're comedians. They're the best rappers in Korea. They're amazing songwriters. You can't get better than this. It's just like, come on.
I think, you know, my favorite part was like I started laughing so hard when like Haru's Appa, Haru's father. It's like, oh Jesus, this is just
Yeah.
because it's true, because I remember Tablo talking about this, like there are like younger generation people who don't recognize him that much, but they know that he's Haru's father.
Yeah.
So it's like that's just was like a really nice, like he's very self-aware.
On
So
stream
was
right
it-
now, this is they did this thing where they brought out like a blank T-shirt and they all signed it and wrote like the date and where it was, and then they had Mithra throw it into the crowd, and we were like, okay, that's gonna get nowhere near us. Then he fucking like lobbed this so hard it hit the sound desk. Which was
it
like,
did.
yeah, which we were stood right next to, but it was crazy. This guy has got a hell of a throw on him. It was
Unbelievable.
incredible.
I mean, they were very fit actually. Like,
Yeah.
I think was it DJ Tukas who did a whole like dance set.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is happening?
That's
Like, what is
that's
going
how they
on?
intro one of their songs. They go, and now the dance that invented K-pop, and it's their song "Fan,"
Oh, my.
and they're all doing the little like run dance together. It is awesome. I had the
was
best
genius.
time. I was way too busy jumping around, shouting, and having fun to film any of it. So I'm sorry you haven't got any footage of it, but yeah, it was my
I do have
favorite
some
bit of the weekend.
footage. So I think I'm gonna put together a video of this, and then I'm gonna put it on the channel. So like, if you guys want to watch it, then you will see our lovely Diggy jumping around. I have footage of that.
Yeah.
It did happen. I have proof.
I enjoyed it
So-
far too much.
Oh yeah.
Definite
I really
highlight
enjoyed
of
it.
my weekend. It was awesome.
What's not to enjoy? Like, I mean, let's face it, what's not to enjoy? It was amazing.
Hmm.
Really, really cool. And at that point, I did feel a bit tired, I have to say.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so we jumped around so much.
And we had the mood
it's
brought back
very
down and chilled out by the lovely Lehigh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So that was also the point where we needed to get some water because it was just like a scorching heat. And she is, I have to say, she's way more feistier than I imagined her to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was really giving it some. I was kind of sad because a lot of the crowd didn't seem to know her songs. Like she'd like do the like singing a bit and then pass the mic and then you wouldn't hear much. And I'm like, how do you not know this? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a great song. But like, yeah, we were too far back to really sing much along with it. But she was really great. She was like, her singing live, like I don't think she cared that much about having like an in-ear monitor or whatever. She just felt it and like went for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like
She
she was
definitely
so
came across
loud.
as a musician. Yeah, she definitely came across as like an artist and musician. Like, it didn't. She was very laid back, but in a good sense. It wasn't like that she was either trying hard or or just really concentrating on being on pitch. She was really feeling the music, and you could feel her musicality, like how she was like riding the beat and like, you know, changing up sometimes like the melody to kind of fit the mood. So it wasn't like the she ate CD type of
No,
thing
it
that we
was
often say when it comes
very
to
much
yeah, it's
her
very
interpretation.
which once again was something that kind of lifted for me like the prestige of this event, that we are getting these people in who are who are like amazing artists, and they are here to kind of create music with us, if that makes sense. That they are reacting. There is this like reacting when it comes to the crowd. Like she totally, you know, became one with the crowd, especially her like core fans who were like in the front and really cheering for her. So like it was lovely to hear her. I actually was hoping that she would sing a ballad as well,
Yeah,
but the
she
mood
sang
was
only.
not right for it.
She did sing only at the end, and that was really like pretty and like really, you know, quite soothing after we've been, well, at least I'd been jumping around like crazy with EPIKKK.
yeah.
It really like helped bring me like make
Yeah,
me
like
calmer for the rest of it, and it was like really, her vocals were beautiful, man. Like I filmed some of it. I don't know if I filmed all of it, T, but I did film some of it. Let me try and find the video if I can try and add it on here. One sec.
oh yeah,
I'll
like
try and find
also
it.
like in the meantime, I think another interesting thing when it comes to her, that like um
I
she
didn't
also
film
came
only.
across as somebody who just like really friendly. I think her image sometimes comes across a bit of a cold person. It's almost like, you know, there's like these deep songs that like sometimes have like heavy messages to it, but like she's just really warm and kind.
Yeah.
So so once again, like I was very much convinced that like finally she's getting the recognition. Like for years and years she was in the it was kind of like in the dungeon, you know, as we know. But it's amazing to kind of see her, and also it didn't hurt the kind of the mood of the event, that like Epping High was putting everybody on a high. Ha,
Yeah.
pun very much intended. Like it was more of like a calm mood. It wasn't like that the people disappeared and just like went and did some rest. It was more like a real festival mood. People were some in the back were sitting down, kind of like enjoying, trying to find some shade and enjoying the music. So yeah, it was definitely more of a music festival and less than a concert, if you like. So
Oh,
yeah,
T,
she was
I
great.
didn't film only. My apologies. I was too busy enjoying the moment. I
Oh,
filmed 1, 2, 3, 4 and Red Lipstick, but I only filmed Epic like Lehigh a lot because Zozo specifically asked for us to film it because she wasn't going to be there day 2. So
oh yeah.
I basically filmed the stuff that Zozo asked me to film, and then just got like one video of other stuff.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm
Somebody.
in the doghouse with T now, unfortunately.
Ay,
She
ay, ay, ay,
specifically
ay.
asked me. Let me see if I can find a
Mistake.
video of it. One sec.
I'll have to look on YouTube.
I can do that for you now, don't worry. I'm sure I'll find it. Lehigh only, MIK Festival. Right, okay, let's put this on for her for a sec. Here you go. This is specifically for T. Enjoy. We'll play a bit of only. Here you go.
Oh yes. Yes, Lemon, very much like it. Yeah, she was really lovely. Really, really lovely.
You could hear like every layer of how great her voice is when you're there too.
By the way, important point. I think the sound team did really well.
Oh yeah, the sound was fantastic.
Oh yeah. Which is not that obvious actually when it comes to such varied artists. Yeah, people were singing along, so that was really good. Like with every artist, you had like a core group singing along, even if not everybody there were people singing.
There's that power. There you go. Well, that'll be the segment we show in this anyway. But that's on YouTube. Enjoy it. It's great. So yeah, that's yeah. Lehigh was pretty epic. Great vocalist.
Yeah, a lot of people filmed stuff. Like we only filmed like bits and bobs. I think a lot of people filmed it. Like that's something that I agree when it comes to kind of like our opinion about like people filming entire concerts. But when it comes to us watching back, it's still a good thing. So
Yeah, well, to
there
be
you
honest,
go.
that's
Middle
one thing I
ground.
was really impressed with at both days was that I actually could see everything. Which is quite like abnormal for K-pop concerts over here, because usually I've just been blinded by phone screens everywhere. But there wasn't that many people near us, at least, filming.
Oh yeah, remember when we went to see Crush?
Yeah,
Like, and we
that
went
pissed
to...
me off so much when we saw Crush. Like, I was trying to
Oh
enjoy
yeah.
these beautiful songs being sung fantastically by this guy, and everyone's screaming, and there's phones everywhere. And I'm like, I can't hear or see it. What's the point? But this
I mean,
was
we were
much
on
better.
floor too, and then we were literally just enjoying the music. But yeah. I mean, understandably, when he moved his hips like with like one, and he took like one step left and one step right, like people were
You
going
could no
mental.
longer hear.
But yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. T. I almost died as well from the harmonies because he was anyway. That's a different concert.
Yeah.
But his runs, like
He's
I
great
would.
live. He's great
Again, I'm
live, his
just like
fans not so
fainting.
much.
Anyway, no, every fan has a different experience. This is
Yeah.
what I always say, that like if you love something, you express your love differently. Right? And like for some people it's filming, for some people it's screaming, for some people it's swaying, and for me, fainting, swaying, screaming, and everything in between. So there you go.
Yeah. To be fair, I think I would have enjoyed Crush just as much if he was playing outside. I think it was the issue when we were in that theatre and like you literally, or like the light pollution from all these phone screens was mental. But if there was the sun, it wouldn't
Oh
be
yeah,
so bad.
that's true. That's true. But we have one other suggestions that maybe when he finishes military service, then maybe he can come to MIK next
Maybe
year.
we'd like that.
Maybe. Yeah, but like actually who was next after Lehigh? Who was
So
next?
next, we had Gray, the boy Gray,
Oh.
K-pop
Well-
idol looking ass Gray.
Guess who was in trouble? I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay, so he was the first one wearing makeup.
Yeah,
If you don't count Jessi and
and Lehigh, yeah.
Nikki. Yeah, like so he was the one. He was the only guy who was wearing makeup, other than like basic foundation or something.
Yeah.
But like, oh, okay. So I'm one of those people who maybe accidentally, just like clicked on some YouTube vlogs when Gray is, just exercising for some reason. Anyway, so I already had an idea that this guy's going to be very smooth, and I actually kind of recognized like his singing talent on there was this show that I really liked. It was an Mnet show when like artists collaborated. Ooh, I wish I would remember. Like
Oh god, yeah, I
basically
remember
it
you
was
telling me
that.
about that. I can't remember
Oh
what
yeah,
it was called.
call me up, or like call you, or whatever that was. Maybe somebody knows it. Yeah, somebody remembers it. And there were like 4 different teams, and then artists came in like every 2 weeks, and then like they joined one existing team, and they created a new song together. So there were 2 seasons, and the first season Gray was in it, and they, I think, with your lovely favorite from Turbo.
Oh, nice. What, Jungkook?
Yeah, like he was. I think it was Loco, Jungkook, and Gray, and somebody
Oh,
else.
yes, I've heard this song. Oh my god, the song's great. I can't remember what it's called.
Let's look it up. Anyway, so
Is it
like
All
that's
to You or
where
something?
I think yeah, All to You. Like
Yeah, All to You. Jungkook, Hwang Cheol, UV, Loco, and Gray.
yeah, Wang Chiu. How could I forget? I even watched I Am a Singer China for that guy. Okay, so like that's how much I was into him. Anyway. So yeah, so I was like, yeah, Gray finally coming out, behind the producing, bars and the producing room. He's out, and he is hella smooth. He's just as smooth as his music is, and that's actually it was not the first time when the bras came out
Yeah.
because
Day 2 was bra day.
Jessi already received some bras, but Gray was also gifted by the audience,
Had
who
bras
was
thrown at
very
him.
excited.
I can't remember
Yeah,
what colour
yeah.
was his bra that he collected. I can't remember. Was it
It was
red?
red.
Yeah, I think it was
I think it
red.
was-
He got a red bra.
yeah?
Jessie got a pink one, and she was like, "Girl, this is way bigger than my boobs." She was
Oh,
great.
she was just so funny. Anyway, yeah, so Gray got. I think he was a bit startled, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
When it comes to yeah, didn't know what to say. He was also, you know, talking a bit in English, very, very lovely, like very cute. I love when people try. Like I understand the feeling. I really
Yeah.
understand the feeling. So I just appreciate it so much. And also I think his songs, he was playing a lot of like funky-ish, laid back, gray type of songs, very much like his own material. So I think people, and the sun was also setting, and I think a lot of us felt that like, yes, Gray, I would love to ride into the night with you, just like how you sing it. My answer is yes. So yeah.
Gray got a lot of people very happy. There was a lot of girls near us that were like loving it a lot.
Yeah, yes, we were. Absolutely. But in all fairness, he was also like, you know, I think his backing track though was a bit louder than the other people.
Yeah,
Because,
he didn't sing a lot of his singing parts, I guess, because that's where his producing comes in to make it sound like he can sing when he actually can't. So he did a lot of his rapping parts. He did pretty much all of, but like, yeah, whenever he was singing, it was very obvious he was miming, and it was kind of a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Cringy,
That was a bit underwhelming, I do have to say. But honestly, I'm gonna give him a pass. Because it's one of, oh yeah.
Swither's got me. The Jessi Bra quote is, "That's too big. Mine's not that big. You got big old titties." That sounds about right.
Yeah, that was that's probably was the exact quote. Yeah, in terms of Gray, I feel like I'm gonna give him a pass. Just like,
yeah, he's a producer.
It's such a difference. It's just such a difference to be a producer, and like it's one of those interesting things, isn't it? That he probably, I would love to hear his demos, right? That like he.
Well, he
probably,
actually sounds like singing.
Yeah, he sings a lot of stuff for other people, for others to record.
Oh yeah, like his guide vocals.
His guide vocals.
Oh,
so
you know, Tableau from EPIKKK has had a really funny moment when he did guide vocals for one of their songs once. He did a song. They did a song called "Love Drunk" with Crush, and he sung the guide vocal not particularly well because he's not a singer, and then played it to Crush, and they had a video of him showing it to Crush, and Crush just being like, "You sure about that?" Basically, which is really funny.
Oh yeah. So I think Gray was exactly trying to avoid those moments. But I think he will gain more confidence, and generally I think his singing voice and his rapping voice sounded really good, and just, you know, when I went out, by the way, because you know, spoiler alert, I needed to leave before the last act, unfortunately, because my flight was leaving. I mean, it didn't leave, by the way, until, you know, 1:30. So I was just like at Gatwick Airport. Whatever. Anyway, so when I was going out, and then I just met two random guys who was like listening in the park outside, saying like, "Ooh, what great music! I never heard Korean hip hop before." And then I was saying that, okay, so the last artist J Park will come up, and then so there was Gray before, and then Gray, yeah, and they told me like, Gray, yes, I heard that they already played a few of his songs, because throughout the day when they introduce the artist, like they usually kind of just did a bit of a teaser from like their most famous songs, and just kind of like to set up the mood before they walk on stage. And obviously Gray produced a lot of music, so in a lot of introductions Gray's music was used, so it was like Gray.
Yeah, that's one of the things he did when he came on stage too, right? He was like, "My name is," and then just goes Gray in the background with his little producer tag multiple times. That was pretty cool when he came on and did that.
He had one of his like DJ buddies, or who
DJ
was,
Wagon.
basically DJ Wagon. So yeah, he was there, and I think his set was just kind of like a really nice mood. This is what I was thinking, that it's very hard to dislike Gray's music, because it's, first of all, I think he has this distinct style, but he also has diversity, and just really is great for producing different type of artists without losing his identity, if that makes sense. And just, yeah, it's just like a throughout whole smooth experience that really set up the mood for the next artist as well, who is like, once again, a great friend of his, and I would love to say a great friend of ours, but just like a great artist who we admire, who was no other than
LOCO.
Yeah.
Happy smiley LOCO.
That guy is just, he really, that was my IPDOC moment, okay, because I already loved him. But I just wanted to hug him tight. I was like, look, oh, it's like,
It's just
can
a
I
feel
cook for
good set.
you?
Like Loco's set
Yeah,
was so feel good because he had this beaming smile like through basically the whole thing. He was loving being there.
yeah, and his smile is contagious, everybody. Like his smile in person, he's really the sweetest. But not in a way that would just like, a bit too gimmicky or just eggy or anything like that. He's just generally like comes across as a genuinely nice person. You wanna like, can I just like share a drink with you, or I don't know, let's go for a drive, or like I don't know, I'm gonna.
No,
What my
that's for Jay
reaction
Park.
was,
That's for Jay Park, the drive, because he played
oh
that.
come on, like you are thinking about different drives, okay? My kind of drive is just like beautiful Korean coast, and like grey local music is playing, and it's like the summer, and we go surfing.
Well,
Right?
Drive
Okay.
Drive
I need to
is
protect
Jay
myself.
Park and Grey, so it works.
Fine, fine. I mean, it's a long drive. Many things can happen, but back to Loco, everybody. So it was really funny because, like, for some reason, once again, maybe he was surprised or he's that humble, but like everybody knew his songs when he was like, did you guys ever hear about this song? He was just, again, once again, adorable English. He tried really hard.
Yeah.
And just, have you ever heard this line? Gina Joya.
And everyone was
And
like,
everybody went,
yeah!
it's like, is that even a question? Is that even a question? Of course we heard it. Like, ah. Anyway, so it was just
And then he was
amazing.
cutely explaining, like, just think of my friend, Gina Choi. We're like, oh, Loco, you're so lovable.
And then like in this picture is also kind of sums up like the way his set felt. It was very comforting. Like he is literally a friend that you would hang out with. And
Yeah.
and like when he was sitting down and he was singing this song that has the line, it takes time. It felt like this is healing music. Like
Yeah.
everybody got a bit healed from like the stress and like the everything that was going on, which you guys described previously with the that yeah, it has been such a long time since we went to concerts. And I mean, music can heal. Music has the power to bring people together and heal. Like there are not many opportunities when people gather, so many people gather together and everybody leaves happily. If you think about it, you go to watch your favorite team play whatever sport that is. One team unfortunately loses usually, and then you are a bit sad, or you are incredibly disappointed because you love that team. And music has that power that everybody comes together and then everybody leaves happily. I mean, that is just so unique, and this event and local set like clearly proved that this is something special, and they did not take this opportunity lightly either. Like they were really giving their all of the artists, and I was thoroughly convinced that I made the right choice, not just to attend this event, but to got into this thing in the first place. And oh, it was amazing.
I was
So yeah, you
I
say
was
something
sad that
before I cry.
I was sad that you had to leave when you did because you missed some of the best bits of his set. Like, were you there when he played a song and he was like, "If you know this song, you're my day one fan." Yeah, that was
was still there.
awesome. And there was people there
I was
like being
still
like,
there.
"I'm your day one fan," ah, going crazy. But like, just as Ildi left, he brought Grey on to the stage, and
Oh
did
yeah.
did some
Okay, so
collabs
this
with
is where
Grey.
you yeah, this
Yeah.
is where you have to like tell the rest of the story, because I was on my way to the airport, guys. Like basically, this was a Sunday, and then I need to fly back to to the country where I currently live in to be at work, unfortunately. And currently, I have -days, -1 day holiday left. But I was still like I was like, there's no way that I'm not going, and it was a great decision. Long story short, I was not sure that even with all the mess with the airlines these days that I will catch the flight, so I needed to leave a bit earlier to make sure that I get there. But still, many great things happened afterwards. So Ben, take it away. What else happened?
Yeah, let me see if I can add this so you can see it on stream. One sec. I got a little bit of footage of them performing "We Are," which is what they did just as you left. Let me just see if I can add it. One sec.
Gosh.
I've got to do
my God.
weird stuff. Where's? One sec. Sorry, I'm like boomer adding this. This might take a minute, but we're doing our best. Where is it? Can I add it? I don't know if I can.
I mean, we might have to rely on you explaining it then.
Well, you can probably hear it, right? So I might just have to just play it, and you'll just listen to it and not hear it, not see it. Do you hear this? On stream. I'm hoping you do.
Oh, let us know in the comments. Do you hear it?
But that's hopefully you heard it. That's them performing "We Are" like right as Ildi left, which I was really sad about. So I had to film it so you could see it. But yeah, they started collabing right as Ildi left. It's really unfortunate timing. But yeah, they were awesome. They did that, and then they even brought on Lee High to do "Party for the Night." Like it was awesome. Yeah. so
brilliant.
Good.
And after that point on, it became like basically like a festival, isn't it? I mean, the whole thing was a festival, but just like on the stage as well.
Yeah, it was like a high music AOMG get together after that, basically. Yeah, because they had this, and then it was time for Jay Park's set. Of course, Jay Park, most popular man in the building. People love Jay Park.
I have to say, I was rather sad. Like I have to say, I was rather sad because there is, especially after getting to know Holy Bang. Again, I already mentioned street woman fighter. Everybody, what a show! What a show! I'm a huge fan of like Korean TV, so like no wonder. But like Holy Bang is like Jay Park's like long time acquaintance. Like Honey Jay's the choreographer for the amazing choreography for Mom. So I was very, very sad that I didn't see that live. But you know what? Like my time will come. It's fine.
Yeah, Jay Park brought Holy Bang as his female dance crew, and then he brought another crew that I think he called MVP, which was like a male dance crew, who I assume are in Street Man Fighter or whatever. But yeah, he had like these two awesome dance crews doing his backup dancing, and like Jesus, he even danced a bit, which I didn't think he would, but he did like his choreography for Solo, which is my favorite Jay Park song. So that was awesome to see.
Yeah, I was a bit sad that I didn't hear. All I want to do is like a song that almost have to say is like top 15 songs to get me into K R&B and K hip hop. And like all I want to do is just, I don't know, it's just my gateway into this world.
Here's a snippet of all I want to do. Everyone was loving it.
Is kick it with you. What a line. I mean, it's just that the beat is really great, let's face it. It's just like, what a great beat. And he sings very well live. Like, it's...
He does, yeah, he's great live. He really got the crowd going, obviously, because he's Jay Park. But yeah, he was great. He got everyone going. He brought on some of his friends. Like, there was a whole part that was basically just like a big dance performance with Holy Bang and MVP. And like that was really cool. The Holy Bang were like great dancers live. They were really charismatic. And like
I have to say,
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Ildi.
No, it's just like this whole idea of like I sort of felt that this is going to happen, and I think this is important to point out that this clearly we know his track record, we know like all his businesses and his labels and like how hard he worked. But still, he could have just owned this moment, and after a long time of not having concerts, be there just for himself and get himself celebrated, because everybody obviously was swooning and just like, oh my god, Jay Park is here. But he still shared the stage with other people. I mean, that is an attitude that we don't see in many people.
Yeah, I think he had the loudest cheers of anyone when he came out. Like T will attest, it was very loud when Red Velvet came out and started singing. People went crazy. But this was like a whole other level, the screams that Jay Park got. Like I felt like the world was shaking. The cheers were so loud. It was awesome. But yeah, he was fantastic. I loved that he brought everybody else on to do stuff with him. Like he
brought back PH1.
Yeah, he brought back PH1 for Iffy, and so here's a snippet of that. Featuring me singing badly. Because I love this song.
Wow.
But yeah, PH1 had been hanging around for like, what, 6 hours or something at this time? 6, 7 hours? Because he'd just been
he got
chilling
some bubble
backstage
tea
for
too.
ages. Like, he was
like,
the first
is
act.
there some tteokbokki left?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Some
But yeah, he
cup
came back.
ramen?
Yeah, he came back on after all that time. and yeah, did Iffy. That was awesome. Yeah, it was. Yeah, J Park was just really feel good. I think everyone, personally, I was like, because I had a whole weekend of just chilling in a park and like listening to great music. I just kind of was fading away at that point, just standing around, just enjoying the moment and just not really paying that much attention to just feeling it. Because like I was exhausted by that point, but it was great. He was fantastic, great performer. Really cool that he brought so many people on with him, gave them a platform. But yeah,
Yeah, I think that's
he was saying like
cool of him.
he was sad he couldn't tour more recently because he'd been obviously he came for that tour I was talking about earlier in 2019 where he did some tiny venue that was completely packed out and impossible to get a ticket for. So he was like, I'll be back soon. Maybe I'll bring my soju with me because he's got a soju brand now, obviously.
Oh yeah, he's been promoting that, and I think that would be a great idea. I mean, maybe he should just like strike a deal with the organizers because, as we mentioned, guys, there was no alcohol, so maybe there is an opportunity. But like generally, I think it's overall it was also a very good way to. I mean, we could have argued that like some Doki might was not needed that much for the lineup, but generally I think it was a good build up and just to kind of finish it up in a way that like a lot of artists came back on stage and they were able to kind of say goodbye to the crowd together. I think it just the only thing I can hope for that they will do this again, and the second thing that I'm hoping for that even more people will come and get the opportunity to see these people live.
Yeah. All I'm
100%
saying,
hope
right?
for it.
Just do the same lineup but replace Doki with Samuel So, and I'll be very happy.
I
That's
think
all I
it could be
need.
longer. Like there is another day, like Samuel so like big, and this could be a good question to kind of wrap it up. This K-hip hop day. Like who would you like to have next year?
Ooh, that's tough. Well, obviously Samuel So, he's my boy. Oh, here's all the dance crews together with Jay, by the way, for their photo, and Gray, and PH1, and Loco, and basically
Nice.
all of higher music, But oh man, who do I want next year? I mean, for Hip Hop Day, I definitely because they kind of leaned into the R&B stuff as well. I basically just want an
Yeah.
R&B day where I can have Samuel So, I can have PH1, I can have J Park. I mean, who else do I want? I'd love to see someone like Bronze, but he's way too small to get anywhere near this.
You know what? Like my call would be actually make it 3 day and make a KRNB day or something.
I agree.
And I would love to see this crew called Bombing Tiger. Bombing Tiger
yeah.
I've seen in Budapest and then I've also seen them in Brighton. And they are fairly unknown, but I think they're gonna get recognition rather soon. I mean, they are kind of known in the indie world, I would say. But just as of either today or yesterday, they met like this, small, unknown artist, and they were hanging out like really a nobody, I would say, who's goes by the name of RM. Okay. So I was like, my favorites are just meeting at this rock festival in Korea. Why am I not there? But anyway, so basically, Bombing Tiger is an amazing crew. And they have
Yeah.
3 guys and 1 girl, and then they just like very varied music, super cool. So Bombing Tiger, and I would also say Big Naughty. I think that I have to say he's very rather young. He's like
He's very
19
young.
or 20, but his talent just like tells otherwise. He
Yeah.
sounds like that he have I don't know 10 years of experience already. So I would say also that would be great. And again, maybe even just to make the show a bit more diverse when it comes to performances. Bring maybe another hip hop crew in terms of hip hop dancers from Korea. Like I mean, everybody who is into this world knows that the choreos are just amazing, and now these dancers are getting this recognition as well in terms of like general public. So honestly, I could see a set with the dancers as well, just doing some amazing performances, kind of like as a break or a separate thing, and then join, the artist. So that would be really cool, I think.
Yeah.
Not just Holy Bang, but like Coco and Butter, like another like hip hop crew would be awesome. So yeah, so many great people, but R&B would be amazing. Like just imagine Zion T coming.
Absolutely. I was about to say Zion T. I'd love to see Zion T. I'd like to see Sumin. She's really talented. She could be
Good.
great for like an R&B day. Oh, the thing
Yes,
is, like, the acts I really want to see are like acts that wouldn't fit any of these days. Because like,
Yeah.
I'd love to see Sultan of the Disco live. I really want to see them so badly, but I don't think they're ever going to tour here. I'd love to see Linauchi live, even though nobody else would enjoy it. They're great fun.
But I think that, and once again, it's an interesting point because, you know, if this can get bigger, then they can make it that way that there is like a, you know, introductory part. But it's like your more upcoming artists get a chance to kind of just get their first taste of performing, you know, abroad or just a showcase type of thing. And if this gets connected, because here's the thing, the at least that's something that we know, that the KCC UK does a lot of support for showcases when it comes to upcoming, you know, Korean indie artists and stuff. Like if they would connect these two, this could be an even bigger thing.
Yeah, let's
So,
have
and
let's have
definitely-
Yunsei for the K-pop day. Hey guys, let's have Yunsei. We love Yunsei.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I think a lot of this could be an ongoing discussion about who would be. You know what? This is a topic for another live, which is the best K-pop festival ever, and then we can all come up with great solutions and come up with the imaginary
Yeah.
lineup.
Let's have Rocket Punch. Let's have Bandit. I'll be
I'm
happy
gonna
with
get
that.
Choyo Peel, this like legendary guy who is like sings these songs from the 70s, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that could
You
be a
know,
good
you
thing.
know who we need to open the ultimate K-pop festival?
Who?
Turbo. That would get
Okay.
everyone going. Come on.
That's I think that's a great call. It's a great call.
That's the energy
or
you
maybe
need.
also maybe Venus by Shinhwa.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's like to get a Shinhwa
I'd be
comeback.
there.
I would like to see. Yeah, I would just
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 for all of
perfect
us
man.
K-boomers. Just have all the old people.
Yeah.
Get
Perfect
like
Man
Coyote.
Shinhwa, performed by Shinhwa. This is what I would
Yeah.
like to see because I've seen performed by that song. I've seen it performed by so many other people. Now
Mm.
I want to see the OG guys, okay, and doing the high kicks and you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Love to see that.
Ah, brilliant. This has been really good to kind of, you know, catch up on everything and like hear the whole day. I hope you guys also enjoyed that it wasn't too long.
Yeah, I hope we didn't bore you
Uh,
all.
Yeah, we just went on and on and on and on. Yeah, I think it would have been even better like if more people could have come, but let's hope that everybody can, you know, join the next time.
Yeah,
They
next
also
time it's
tour,
announced,
like-
guys, get your flights in. We'll all meet you there.
Oh yeah. Oh
That would
yeah,
be
I
great.
mean, like I'll fly in again.
I will like move heaven and earth to make sure I can go to it if it's as good as it was this year.
Oh yeah, I think even if it's half as good, it would still worth it. Just
Definitely.
to see these many, like so
I mean, if
many
they
artists.
bring EPIKKK again, it's worth the price just for them. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
it was a
100%.
great
I
time.
agree.
Great time, and thank you for talking to me about it, Ildi, on here.
Oh, always a pleasure. And
Yeah.
like I'm so happy that that Diggy's dungeon is episode 2 already, so episode 3 can't wait.
We still got calls to go after this too,
Oh
or at
yeah,
least
that's
one.
true. That's
think.
true. I'm just rooting
Oh.
for you to go on and like have the episode 50.
Let's hope so. Well, I'll try to keep doing it so long as everyone's available. Oh, no callers today. Okay, Lemon's bailed. God damn it. But yeah, that was a good time. I hope everyone enjoyed it. And thank you, Ildi. Thank you, T.
I hope so too, and thank you so much as well.
Yeah.
Oxy.
Yeah, talk to you soon.
Oh,
See you
I
later.
could call in. Somebody said could call in.
Oh, Swither wants to call it. Okay, yeah, I'm down. I'll need another break, but yeah, I'll let you shift on now, Ildi, because I've taken quite enough of your time.
Okay.
But I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, Swither's gonna call in. Awesome. I'll put on something while I have another pee break because we've been talking a long time. Let me see if I can find some J-Park stuff from MIK. And I'll try and play you some of that. Yeah, look at this. I'll play you Iffy while I go and have a quick break because this was great. I'll be right back. I've returned. How are we enjoying Iffy? Oh, I see you, Swither. Does anybody want some other highlights of any of the acts from MIK before I call Swither? Let's get Swithy. Okay. We can do that. Shut up, J-Park. Right, okay. Right, after our lengthy, wonderful discussion of MIK, it's time for me to talk to the man himself, which is, of course, Swither. And he's going to talk about a very new girl group. So I'm going to pull you in now, buddy. Hello, Swither. Let's hope it's working.
Howdy.
He's there. Hello, Swither. How you doing, buddy?
Feeling great. How about you?
I'm feeling refreshed after chatting about all that MIK goodness.
Yeah, that was a great recap. T, Ildi, amazing. Loved hearing from both of you.
Yes, we love you girls. And apparently you maybe love some girls who you're going to come and talk about. I have to continue the Stephen tradition of bad segues, if you haven't noticed.
Yes, I'm so glad to hear that. That sounded so Stephen.
Yeah, I'm learning already.
Beautiful.
So who are you going to talk about today, buddy?
Okay, so they're brand new. It's CSR. It stands for Chot Sarang, first love. And I honestly don't know the company at all. But I mean, let me not say too much about it before you watch it.
Okay, we can put it on now if you like. CSR with their song Pop.
I would love that.
Let's do it. I've got to get the poll working too. 1 sec. Oh, it sucks. It's opened up the poll like 7 times. I apologise. Alrighty. CSR, pop, pop. Give us your lowdown. Swither.
Woo! Okay, I mean, come on, let's breathe. That was beautiful. But I mean, come on. Like as soon as I clicked on it, I was like, G-Friend. And
I was like,
that's a good thing
lovelies.
for me. But then it just kept being really, really good. I mean, you know, it's been a great year for songs named Pop. But, you know, Pop question mark, Pop exclamation point. That's a twist we haven't seen yet. It's beautiful. I love the choreo, you know, a new take on a pop choreo, you know, that, I don't know, it's like knocking on the ceiling. I don't know what that move is, but I like it. And then, yeah, everything's so sweet. The chorus is great. And then you get to that bridge. Ooh. Oh, my Lord. I mean, the part where, like, just the harmonic progression into the, you make me feel brand new. Oh, my God. Amazing. I love it. Let me see if I can get this to hold so I don't have to actively be pressing my thumb into this. Can you still hear me?
You're doing push to talk. You can turn off push to talk if you like. It should work.
Well, I think it's just sticking. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
All right, bet. All right, well then I don't have to. Well, yeah. So it looks like they started getting members in 2019, like A&R, but it looks like it was messy. There are a couple members that were supposed to, and then they got you know, pulled, and then it was managed. It's already on its second company. You know, like it started in a company called J Planet, which I don't know, but NC.A. I don't know that artist.
Oh yeah,
but,
NCA, we know her.
Okay, I don't know her. But yeah, that's J Planet. But then now they're on a label called Pop Music. Very Googleable, very easy to Google. Great name recognition. They have a group called Sway that I've never heard of.
Don't know them either.
Started in Ailey.
Okay.
Ailey. Yeah, she's on it.
So what you're saying, right, is that this song is them. It's like a conversation that someone's had about the company, where they've gone what they call pop. Yeah, pop.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's why they called it this. You know, your natural questions about this group are pop.
Yeah, it's a conversation between the members and their management.
Yeah, they really called it pop entertainment? What are they doing?
But yeah, I mean, come on. That song was amazing. The concept looks great. The dance is really cute. The aesthetic, yeah, I mean, it's just taking me right back to like Glass Bead, you know, Navalera sort of stuff. And, you know, there's a giant cavity in my heart that is waiting for something like that. So this just immediately slotted right in.
Yeah,
and
understandable.
Now I'm getting their streams up.
It's definitely a sound that we don't get very much now, so it's quite refreshing to hear this. When, like, you show someone this in, like, 2015, 2016, they might be a bit sick of it, but now it's, like, it's come all the way back around, and now it's fresh again, because we haven't heard this for so long.
But, I mean, I disagree still, because, like, yeah, I mean, maybe the chorus, you'd be like, okay, I'm hearing stuff like this right now, but still, that bridge and, like, the overall writing of the song, it's not just, like, oh, we'll do like a G-Friend song and we'll do that. It's like, no, this is, I don't know, I can't find the song credits, but it's a really good song. It is not lazy. It's not just resting on the need that we feel for a G-Friend like group to be in the mix.
Yeah, it's true. The only problems I have with this are just production wise, like it always is with K-pop now. Just too much auto tune. Like there's some pretty jarring bits.
Yeah, I mean, my ear is famously not famously is definitely not as sharp as yours. But yeah, that went over my head. I was just vibing the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with the writing of this song, but like, yeah, it's just production for me. That's the only thing that's stopping me from loving this song. But yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
still pretty good.
so you just think if they could do it with less auto tune in the studio, it would come through crisper or something?
Yeah, I think if they could get a vocal producer who knows what the fuck they're doing, that would be great. But it seems like those are in very short supply these days.
Yeah, I mean, it's a interesting craft, you know,
Yeah.
part science, part art.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, to be honest, you could call in about basically anything now, and I'll have the same comment. Just vocal production seems so bad this year at the moment. Like Jesus Christ. Like,
Yeah,
you know
that's
that
why...
new SNSD song. Oh my lord, hurts my
Hey,
ears.
we should run that. You know.
You want to do that too? We could do that as well. Once we finish talking about this, we can do SNSD. It's fine.
I would love to. I mean, I love that video.
I'm down. Unless anybody else wants to call in about it, I'm down. We can do that.
Yeah, I mean, anyone please take my spot, but if no one else is trying to, then I would love to.
Moose has unpopular opinion. You're calling in, Moose. Come on. Oh, Benji was going to do it. Okay. If that's still on, Benji, you're welcome to. But yeah, anyway, back to CSR. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say on them, just because they are brand new. I don't know any of the members. They're obviously like children, but the video is great. I mean, the aesthetic, and yeah, I'm just looking. Oh wait, yeah, I'm not talking about the rest of the album. Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
They debuted with a mini, and every single song is amazing. Every single song is great.
Okay.
And like varied, it's not like all copy paste style. And I don't know yet. I don't know if they have many performances up, but yeah, everyone please listen to that mini. Stream CSR. Their songs are all great.
Yeah, that was another thing I was disappointed with, right? Not the mini. I haven't listened to the mini much, but like, because I was kind of getting into this song, I went and looked up some performances, and I just shouldn't have. Just another of those where there's like not even an attempt to sing live whatsoever. It's like literally just the actual. You might as well just listen to the song and watch a dance video. It's so like nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a new group, new company. They're probably just trying to be cautious. I hope they grow into, being performers like that. But I don't see anything too wrong with, given how shaky it seems trying to launch CSR. Looks like it was for them trying to be, I guess, cautious, or maybe they aren't all that up on vocal training and stuff. But the style is there, the look is there, the vibe is there.
Yeah, they did it. They did the cute debut, how you should do it. They took from the Lovelies playbook, from the April playbook, from the G-Friend playbook, all the good stuff from back then. Yeah, when this came out, I was like, oh man, is this a combo of like really old April and Lovelies? I'm in, because it feels like that to me. It's like Lovelies but more Eggyo to me.
Yeah, I forgot to mention Lovelies. Definitely that is there as well.
Yeah, that sound, like the sound you have in the chorus, that is Lovelies. At least that's like early Lovelies. But yeah, it's
for sure.
I don't resent that because we don't have Lovelies anymore, so I'm fine with hearing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tradition that someone's got to keep alive.
Yeah, definitely.
G-Friend and Lovelies drop like flies.
Yeah, well, just girl groups in general just drop like flies. If you like one, give it 5 years and they probably won't be around anymore. That's my general rule of thumb.
Well, then we just gotta play Girls' Generation, you know, just to talk back at that, you know, 15 years.
Yeah, we can
15 years.
do Girls' Generation. All right, you know, Benji, if you listen to this and you wanted to talk about this, I'm sorry.
Well, no,
but
actually, no.
it's
we
segueing
should-
perfectly into it.
if Benji wants to run it on this show or next show, or,
Isn't there being a Blackpink comeback though very soon, which he's probably going to want to talk about? So
Pink Venom.
So I think probably he'll talk about that, right? So I don't think he's going to mind if we talk about this. Benji's a pretty chill guy, you know.
I don't know, man. I'm scared.
I think if he was here, he'd encourage it. So unless there's any objections in chat, we'll
Speak now or forever hold
speak
your
now
peace.
or forever shut the hell up. We'll see. Yeah, we should have got Zozo to call in for SNSD. Actually, that would have been good. But she loves it, and I'd probably just break her heart, being like, "Well, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad."
Well, you know, I can be a defender.
Okay. Yeah. Should we just do it?
Oh wait, no. Chat is sounding pretty resoundingly no. So
Okay.
yeah, you know, this show has been pretty long. I mean,
True.
yeah, I got my piece in. That's good.
Okay. Cool. We'll we'll leave it with just CSR then, and chat has chosen that this song gets the key to the city, which I think is fair enough. We're all dying for this kind of
Respect.
stuff.
Yeah, and I'm glad. You know, I wonder how many people on podcasts have discussed CSR. Am I the first English speaker? I hope
Quite
so.
possible, honestly. I'll try and get this up quick so that we get those CSR views in, which I'm sure there are not a lot of, but you know, we're down with it.
Stream.
Oh, Ildi's now like, no, please play it. So I suppose that we're gonna do this, right? SNSD.
Oh, okay, fine.
Let me bring that up. One sec. Oh god, I gotta restart the. This could go very badly wrong. My poll is like really glitchy today. I don't know why. I'll try and get this working again. One sec. just fill for time, okay?
You make me feel brand new.
Oh no, it's working now. There we go. Right, let me get SNSD on. So now, with Swither, we're going to talk about the much-awaited comeback from Sonia Shide or Girls' Generation with their song Forever One. Let's do it.
Bow.
생각하면 강해져. There's no one like you, no one like you. 우리 꼭 영원하자. 우리 몸은 이 세상에서 내게 말했어. 다시 태어나도 널 사랑할게. 'Cause we are the one. Ooh, I love you, yeah. 모든 내 전부인 너. 우리는 영원. We are one. 유전율 속에 뜨거운 나를 던져. Just like a love bomb. We are one. 'Cause we are born. Yeah, we are still forever one. It's now. We can stay forever one. Yeah, we're born. Yeah, we are still forever one. Everyone, everyone, everyone.
Okay, Swither, how you feeling?
We're all one, you know.
Yeah, I guess we are.
Just like a love bomb.
Well, me, T, and Moose are all one at the moment.
Well, I mean, okay, so in the chat, I saw T saying that it felt like it was flat. And that touches on my point about the song, which is that entry into the chorus, the right before the chorus hits. You know, it's like a semitone down from what you would expect. It's kind of like a dissonant note. It's not what you would usually choose to introduce the chorus, because it does put it like, it makes it feel weird because it's a note that's kind of out of the key, and then, you know, this very normal big uplifting chorus plays after, and it does add a kind of interesting effect. I like it. I mean, they kind of had to do a safe normal song that, you know, and they had the Into the New World ding 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 playing at a couple points during the song, so it was supposed to be just like, you know, let's feel good for everyone, you know, 15 years we're still doing this shit. I mean, stuff, I'm sorry.
You can swear on the show, don't worry.
And it was, you know, but I mean, that is kind of like what I expected from the title, for it to be really normal and feel good, but then because it's SM, have some little interesting musical element. And I think that delivered on that. You know, it's definitely not one of my favorite SNSD titles, but I rock with it. And more importantly, the album. I mean, really shocking listen. They put, what's the name of the song? You Better Run. It's like track 3 or something.
That song.
It's so bizarre.
That's the one song I remember from the album because I hated it.
Yeah, it seems like the sort of song that would inspire a lot of people to be like, ew. But
yeah, it's nasty.
It's so cool. I mean, like the rhythm of the pitch slides and stuff. It's just a crazy.
It's
fun
cool
song.
if you want more Esper, but not if you want SNSD.
Well, and it's tying up some nice loose, well, not loose ends, but like, you know, they from the what's the name of it? Devil Run Run.
Run Devil Run.
Their old title track.
Yeah, Run Devil Run.
Yeah, Run Devil Run. I said Devil Run Run. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like it references that 10 years later, and it's like, yeah, I mean, you still better be running, Devil, you know.
Yeah, but you can't just give it a reference and expect me to love it, you know.
Well,
Girls'
no,
Generation
that's the
are who
thing.
they are because they had amazing songs and they were like incredibly talented and they led the industry. This just ain't doing that. This is like a basic ass song with some fucking horrific vocal production. Like, whoever did this, lose your job immediately. What are you doing? How do you make people this talented sound like shit? Like, oh my god. It's just, whoever's doing the vocal production at SM needs gone. And they need to get whoever's been doing vocal production for, like, some of the other groups to get in there, because this is not it.
It does sound very clean, a little too clean, perhaps. You know, like
No, that's
cleaned
not
up.
the issue. That's not the issue. I want it to sound clean. It sounds like muddied as fuck. Like they have this horrendous, like they've like massively upshifted like a vocal with the chorus, so it's like really unnatural sounding, and it's really, really high, and it like hits just the point of your ear for you to be like, no. Like you probably got like, you know, you always like to say that I'm like that vocal coach on Girls Planet.
Yeah.
With my head, my finger in my ear going.
Exactly.
You probably got a lot of shots of that while we were watching this, because this is fucking horrific. Like it's one of the worst jobs I've ever seen, at least recently. Like I just don't know what they're doing at SM anymore. It's so poor. How do you make Taeyeon sound bad? She's so good. I'm just mortified by it.
The reason why I said clean is not because I meant like cleaned up in the sense that I feel like they did somehow with the vocal production try to make them sound more similar than they are, like which might be a mistake because you know one of the best things about liking them has been seeing how different they can grow to be, and I've just been obsessed with Yoyeon since deep 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 deep. And it would be nice if their, you know, different vocal qualities had shown through more than before. But I think they wanted to they wanted to make it sound like safe in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
but,
oh my god, I would have rather they didn't have a comeback than this, to be honest. It's
okay. Chill,
because they're such an integral part of my love for K-pop, right? Like Girls' Generation are really the first group I got properly into when I became a fan. Like I was bumping Run Devil Run, Hoot, you know, Flower Power, Paparazzi. All this shit was part of what made me a fan of K-pop, and they come back with this half-baked, terribly produced garbage, and I'm supposed to be like, oh yay, my girls are back. No, it's shit. Call it what it is. Like, ever since they dumped Jessica out, they just haven't been the same group. Like, they've been going downhill ever since, in my opinion. They don't feel like a big deal anymore to me. Which is really hard to say for a group that I love this much. I have, intense love for a lot of these people in this group, but... man, it's just not it. This is just not it.
But, so you listened through the album and really nothing was popping for you?
Pretty much.
I don't know. I like those.
Some stuff was tolerable, but it wasn't anything that I was going to immediately add to my playlist. It's not like when I listened to their albums back in the day and go, Jesus, this is amazing, this is amazing, this is amazing. This is like nothing was like that. It's just the magic is gone.
Okay, well, I mean, that might be a little bit. I don't know how universal those opinions are, but
they're not, because everyone loves it online. Like they're all talking about how much they love it, but it's just isn't doing it, man. You need to come with better than this if you're going to pretend to be Girls' Generation.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it holds up a lot of what they stood for and brought to the table, and the fact that they would have a song as genuinely bizarre as "You Better Run on It" was really impressive to me. And then a lot of the other songs are really a nice vibe. Paper Plane, Closer, and then the Obi Klein, the guy that's done a couple Luna songs. I love him. He wrote. He had a writing credit on 17. That song's pretty nice. And then Villain was apparently written by primarily Tiffany and then some Sooyoung. And, you know, it's pretty good. I mean, I believe it after seeing a couple of their variety appearances and promotion of this. You know, I don't know. It's really cool that they would have two members. It sounds like really thoroughly write one of the songs and for it to come out pretty good. And yeah, also seeing them on those variety promos was great. They're so hilarious at this point just because of their, you know, decades of history with one another. And yeah, it was just I've been enjoying this whole cycle.
Yeah, I'm sure the variety stuff's great. I just refuse to try and be hyped about this. You know, I think it's pretty clear, right? I love them too much to accept this, but like, I just, part of me is just depressed that this is what newer fans are going to see as Girls' Generation. Because a lot of people weren't there for like the height of them being the best when they were, you know, Genie and G and all this great, like Mr. back in the day, like all this stuff when they were at their height, and now they see this. It's just this mediocre, terribly produced summer song, and like, that's not the legacy you want, you know.
I mean, if that's what you're thinking about it, with like it tarnishing their image somehow or whatever, like. If anything, this will just, because it's the 15th anniversary and they haven't been active as a group for a long time, if anything, it's going to get a lot of people to go and look back at stuff, you know? I mean,
they aren't going to like it because it's so different from this, you know?
I don't know.
This ain't going to be what they want. I'm part of it, to be honest, like a lot of the time when these like iconic old SM groups come back and they don't put out anything good, I'm just happy that my favourites got out of there before this happened. You know, I'm just glad that FX never decayed like this.
Well, decay. Come on,
this is a decay.
Language is too much.
You went from Mr. to this in like under 10 years. Like, come on.
Mr. did rule. But yeah, like I mean, I am not a thorough fan for sure. I was Girls' Generation was a little bit. Before I got into all this, but and as a result of this, you know, I ended up going and I realized that I had never seen or heard Paparazzi because it's not on streaming, and boom, I heard Flower Power and Galaxy Supernova, and those are great,
fantastic.
But yeah, they don't have the Japanese singles on streaming for whatever reason. But yeah, I mean, and that's me who's like really into this, and this cycle made me go back and realize that my, I was not all the way up on what they have done, all the great songs that they've put out in the past.
Too many great songs from SNSD. This is not one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a peak, but I definitely am not going to co-sign the narrative that this is like this travesty decay sort of. No, I mean, like it's kind of it's a reunion song that was safe in most ways, and then they backed it up with an album that, I mean, at least I think is really pretty solid, and the promo for it was pretty great. And yeah, because they're I didn't get into them for a while. I wasn't really apprised to the Jessica stuff, but like, what's your interpretation? What happened with that?
Well, there's no real way of knowing exactly what happened with Jessica, but you know, one day she was part of SNSD. They filmed the "Catch Me If You Can" video with her in it. Then she had to go and do a couple of things for her business, Blanc and Eclair, and then she was told to leave. Basically wasn't accepted back in. That's what we hear anyway. They didn't want her to have conflicting schedules because of her business, so they just kicked her out. And then,
yeah, I mean,
ever since then, it's not really, their music has been a lot worse. Ever since Catch Me If You Can.
In my cursory Googling, it seems like the story might have been a little bit more weird than that, but as with almost everything in K-pop, most of the important things happen deeply behind the scenes, and the messaging that comes
I'm sure
out
it's messier than how it sounds, but yeah, it was not good, and it probably doesn't help that she was my bias at the time. But yeah, I just, ever since then, like, I think people have undervalued how important her voice was for their harmonies, because ever since then, their harmonies don't sound how they should. There's something missing. Because that was what was so special about them back in the day, was like their harmonies sounded incredible, but not so much now.
I haven't heard enough. I should look up a bunch of live harmony clips. I'm sure they have killed it in the past.
Yeah, they got some ridiculous lives, like Jesus Christ.
But Jessica's Crystal's older sister, right?
Yeah.
Was that like part of? Or were you just getting into FX off the songs, or was that part of it?
Yeah, I mean, the reason I like the groups I like is just because I like their music, and everything else comes second. But yeah, I mean, Crystal is my favorite person ever in K-pop, so that probably helps. But part of that is just I really like the timbre of both their voices. They have like this really particular timbre to their voice, which is like really warm and like really kind of comforting sounding. But yeah, that is missing from GG now, and it doesn't sound so good.
Well, I mean, I think this is a really positive thing overall, even, regardless of the song, just because it's like, it's so cool that a legendary girl group would be able to go and promote after 15 years. It is a shame that it's not 9, but I'm really happy this happened. It made me feel really good when it dropped. I had a little alarm that woke me up, and I was like, all right, it's SNSD. It's 2009 or something.
I mean, my buddy Zozo, who we were talking about earlier, she was like so hyped for it. She was like, the whole time we were at MIK, she's like, I've got my alarm set for it. I'm buying the album. I'm getting this. Like, she's the biggest So1 you'll find. But yeah, she seems to like it. So I'm glad that some of the So1s are enjoying it. But this ain't doing it for me.
I hope they do another round of merch, because I want an SNSD shirt just because their aesthetic is great. But yeah, and then in the music video, I just want to say that near the end they had the slow-mo red carpet scenes, and the way they achieved that effect was really pretty good. I don't know, that felt like the most impactful moment in the video, just to think the number of red carpets they've been on, the amount of promotion that they've been dragged throughout the past many years, and then they're looking amazing and still doing it.
Yeah, no, I mean, no doubt they still look great. Yuna's still looking like a model all these years later. Yuri still looks fantastic. The only thing I'm a little bit sad about is it's like obvious a couple of them have had loads of surgery and they don't really look like themselves anymore. But other than that, it's nice seeing them back.
Yeah, I mean, solid in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably don't. Again, I'm not the best person to represent SNSD because I was never a devoted fan while they were most active. But I was down with this. It's not. Yeah, it is not one of my top SNSD singles, but it is not the travesty that you seem to be making it out to be, I think.
Okay, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I've probably slandered it enough by now.
Well, your show is called Diggy's Dungeon, so if you're not bringing some of that, then, something's going wrong.
Yeah,
so
I'm not doing my job if I'm not bitching about something.
Yeah, we gotta get some emote of the Girls Planet vocal judge.
Yeah, once I have emotes, we gotta make one of that guy's face, definitely. But yeah, this is the chat seems to be split. Some people think it should be free to go. Some people think it's a night in the cells. I'm leaning towards short sentence or life in prison. But that's mostly for the producer. I mean, to be honest, writing-wise, this song isn't that bad. But the production is so awful that I just want to put it further down.
Oh, well, this is a good opportunity for me to speak my mind on something.
Oh.
What's going on with this voting system? You're gonna have other people. Yeah, so if I really don't like a song, I have to say that it goes to Espa Hell.
Yeah.
Even though Yeppy Yeppy is a bop.
Yeah, but Espa are garbage, so like obviously we put them as the bottom tier. Like it's just horrific whenever I have to.
I don't know, a sentencing system. You gotta have it be, a little more simple than that. and also, don't be slandering Espa in the basic format of your show.
It's not slander if it's true.
All right, well, you won't catch me hitting the exclamation point vote 7 anytime this year.
Yeah, we got to have some ballsier voters, okay? Yeah, Espa is my oopsie, my bad, without a doubt. They are just, oh my lord, nothing good comes out of that group these days.
But I love the show. And yeah, y'all's recap of the festival thing was great. I loved hearing T and Ildi dish.
Glad.
Great. Yeah, I felt like I had a window into the experience, and it sounds like that was a great time.
Yeah, glad to hear it.
I wish I could have heard the live vocals.
Oh no, yeah. I can try and find a clip if you like.
Oh, to play us out. To play us out. How about that?
Let's see if anyone recorded them.
All right. Thanks so much for having me on the show, Diggy.
You are so welcome to be on. It's always great having you around, buddy.
Bye.
See ya. All right then, yeah. To play us out, VIVIZ and Bop Bop from the MIK festival. Then I guess. Get ready for that call to be the first clip on the channel where we're gonna get hate raided by someone. But yeah, let's have some VIVIZ before we go. You can hear the crowd are giving it their all anyway at the moment. Yeah, it was clearer where we were sat. But you could hear a minute ago Umji was going for it. And I'm giving it some. They love a hey. Alright. Thanks to Channel BBG for posting that. And that'll be where we end it today, folks. Thanks for joining me. Get ready for the hate raid when we upload the SNSD clip. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, thanks all. Thanks for calling in, everybody. And I'll see you later.